Hello, everybody. I am back. Well, on my phone again, and also I'm not home. I am on a one-night trip to Tennessee. But as you can tell, I'm not alone. Thank God. I'm with Maniac and Ricky with me. The triple threat, as I call our little trio here, the triple threat.
Hello there.
So
The triple
ECW
treat.
homage or the triple treat. Yeah.
Hide your wives? It's Edge.
Hey, what's up, boss?
What's up,
The
Stop
bus.
Antelope?
So, I figured to give you guys an update since I bet most of you don't see my community posts on YouTube. Basically, the situation with the computer is that it's built for the most part. It's just not finished wired, not wired all the way yet. The sucky
That's
part
true.
was the guy I had come over this past Friday to help with it had to leave early, so hopefully I can get him back sometime this week to get it all finished and ready to go, and then I'll be back to making videos again because I feel like I'm going through a YouTube withdrawal, not doing any videos. I mean, I could on my phone, but the quality would be ass, and I
Yeah.
don't want to be now ass quality. I want to be as good as possible. So
Yeah.
that's just kind of where I'm at with that. But don't worry, I will be back to making videos soon, just as soon as I can get the final wiring stuff sorted out. I mean, I could try it myself, but I don't know what I'm doing. I best just have somebody who knows what he's doing to get it finished up and then turn it on, see if it runs, and
Better safe than
go on
sorry.
from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But since we got quite a few people here, figured I'd go ahead and show off some stuff that I got today at a couple different record places. One in Knoxville, one in Gatlinburg.
No Mayor Kane.
Unfortunately, not.
Mm. Well, I think one of these days, since you go to Knoxville, I don't know how many times you're gonna run into him. Like the odds are pretty high.
Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Because I don't see him ever not being the mayor of Knox County, and I hope he never stops. So there you go.
Yeah.
But regardless, so I'm going to show off everything I got. So first off, Acid Bath Demos 93 to
Mm.
96 compilation.
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect to find this, and funny enough, I think I have bought every Acid Bath album from this area.
Well, there's
So,
only two albums though.
and this compilation. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, there is that. Next up, one I actually reviewed back in 2022, Avantasia's A Paranormal Evening with the
Mm.
Moonflower Society. Much better than his most recent album from earlier
Yeah.
this year. Yeah, Tobias Sammet actually did good stuff on this, I remember.
Yeah. With Avantasia, for me, it's kind of a hit and miss. There's some good
Yeah,
albums. I should listen to it more. It's been a couple of years.
I still
yeah,
need to dive more into Avantasia, admittedly. It's kind
yeah.
of one of
I
those
mean
bands that I'm like,
Tobias. I mean Tobias is a hell of a guitarist.
yeah.
I mean, I think he's also an Ed guy too, so
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that definitely helps.
He's like the main Ed guy in Ed guy. He's
And
the Ed guy
then,
guy.
uh, wow, my voice. Wow. Anyways, and then next up, Deftones, White Pony.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now I have this and Around the Fur, basically the two albums that I was somewhat familiar with for the most part. So
Mhm.
there you have it with that. But that was just from one shop. I got eight more from another shop, half used, half new. So starting off, we have Aborted's Engineering the Dead.
Mhm.
Mm.
I can't remember what year this came out. I think this was maybe, I can't remember if this was before or after uh, Gormageddon. I think it was before.
I think it was
Uh,
before, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it
I'm
was the
pretty sure
album
that's their
right.
second album.
Next up, finally got an album from this band, Defeated Sanity's Passages into Deformity.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's
I
not
was
bad.
actually surprised to have found this, and this is actually a CD DVD combo.
Ooh,
I'm getting some live footage.
man, that album is pretty nasty.
Next up, time to get a little controversial. Dr. Feelgood.
Oh come on, it's Motley Crue. You can't get enough with Motley Crue.
I can
At
easily
least
get
old
enough with
Motley
Motley Crue, actually.
Yeah, I can too. But this was the last of the classics that I needed because I already had the first two. I don't plan on getting Theater of Pain or Girls, Girls, Girls.
What about the self-titled album?
Funny you should say that. I got it.
Oh,
Not the
That is-
biggest fan of it.
I actually think this is good because John Corabi sings way better than Vince Neil. And also the songs are pretty good on here, like "Till Death Do Us Part." Basically, their version of an Alice in Chains song, and it's good. And "Smoke the Sky," very like stoner metal song.
Mhm.
So yeah, I
I mean,
actually liked some of this.
to be fair, my husky can sing better than Vince Neil, so hardly a high bar to clear.
Right.
But that's honestly like the only Motley Crue album I personally will actually like sit down and listen to. Even with like the first two, I like the music. It's just simply Vince Neil's vocals. I cannot get past them at all. They ruin the band for me as a whole.
Yeah. And next up, I finally got an album from this band, Nightingale.
Nightingale.
Good
Oh.
old Dan Swano. Good old Dan Swano prog rock with amazing vocals. And then I got Sabotage Gutter Ballet.
Great album.
Yep.
Because I guess who did this ear music. I guess they did like reissues of them a long time ago. Damn it, sorry. Anyways, next up, Sepultura Roots.
Yes.
This was the last. This was the last. This was the last of the Max Cavalera era
Yeah.
I needed. I still like songs on it. I don't like the whole album, but I like. Man, my voice just keeps wanting to go away. I still do like a good amount of songs on it, even if it is easily the bottom of the Max era album.
Yeah.
But it's better than about half of the Derek albums.
Nothing against him, but honestly,
Nah,
I like the Calera stuff more than the Derek
Well,
stuff.
musically,
yeah.
musically, the
Musically,
Cavalera
yeah.
era was better.
Yeah, like that
But-
the album run from like Schizophrenia to Chaos 80s is like one of the greatest runs in all of metal.
All right.
I mean, granted, the last two Derek albums,
Have been
well, actually,
killing.
I would say to a lesser degree, the last four Derek albums were good to great.
Honestly,
I still need to get Dante 21.
I think the only with the okay, I think the Derek Green era is honestly better than a lot of people give it credit for. Yeah, there's some misses, namely Against and
Nation and Roarback
and
Alex.
Alex, which I know that album is very divisive among people. Some people really love it. I just don't really like it at all, honestly. But I do really like Dante 21. I think that's honestly a really good album. Kairos is pretty good. Mediator has
Mediator's good.
tracks. I just don't really like the production. I think Ross Robinson was the wrong producer for Sepultura.
And then the final CD I got, Skid Row's Subhuman Race. The last one with Sebastian on vocals, and I hear it's their most underrated album too, because I think it's their heaviest, if not the second heaviest behind Slave to the Grind.
Yeah.
So there is that for you. But yeah, that's just a quick rundown of all the stuff that I've gotten on this trip, and probably that's all I'm gonna get and start saving up money for building money back up, but also for the Pantera show. So yeah.
Yeah.
But Maniac, have you been working on tier lists?
Well, actually, before, if I may, so I would actually like to show something I recently picked up that I thought was pretty cool. This was actually a local store find, which I'm kind of surprised they had this album because it is a bit more of an obscure band especially for like a local store. I feel like, but I did get some other stuff as well. But this is kind of like the big one. This is Zoetrope or Zoetrope Amnesty.
Huh.
Yep, I don't know if you are familiar with this band. Kind of a speed thrash metal hybrid of the two out of Chicago. This is their debut from '85, and honestly, it's a pretty damn good album. And so I mean, yeah, again, if you like stuff like I'd say like Detente and like a little bit of like Razor Exciter type energy on this album, definitely check it out. I think it's pretty darn cool, although from what I've gathered, their albums are pretty hard to find, so that's actually a pretty lucky find. But yeah, just something I thought was pretty damn cool. And again, kind of surprised that they carried this because they don't really carry anything like super obscure usually, but they had this, so pretty damn cool.
Yeah, but sometimes when you go like places like Goodwill, I mean, you can find some really cool stuff that you really dig like in there.
Yeah. In terms of tier lists, I do have two newish ones. I know you've already covered. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but we've like done like Death Doom bands on these streams before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we'll. I do have one. It's a little bit shorter, but might be a bit entertaining. So if I can shoot you the link, or
you can. I can't share it. So.
Oh yeah, I was about to say.
Let me see if I can.
I could probably share my screen.
Yeah, you can, I think you should be able to share your screen. Otherwise, whoops.
All right. Let me just take a look. See.
This is one of those times where I wish I had a laptop.
Let's see.
I should invest in a decent like travel laptop for stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Maybe later this year.
Yeah, for Christmas.
Oh, can we see anything or?
Nope.
I don't see anything.
Hang on.
No.
Waited. Come on.
Technology's a bitch sometimes.
Yeah. Is it this one? Nope, not that one. Damn it. Hold on, let me figure this out.
Technical difficulties.
I'm a technological Neanderthal, so I don't know why you're trusting me with this, but you know. Just here. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't think we need the audio from that. Just here.
Oh, shit.
Come on. Hello? Why are you not? What am I doing wrong?
I don't know.
What are you hitting?
I'm trying to share I'm trying to share the screen, so I'm just trying to share the one tab because I mean you don't need to see my entire thing.
Oh,
but...
I think what you'll probably have to do, you'll have to have that tier maker be its own separate window.
Oh, okay.
That
let me try that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I mean, I was really surprised that I found this at one of those shops, and it was only $6.
I mean, that's not bad.
Steal, absolute steal.
Here we go. Oh, no, not that.
Medieval.
Yes, love 200 stab wounds.
Oh god, I would love to see them live one of these days.
I would love to see them live too.
Here, all right, here. Let's try this again. Oh. What am I doing wrong?
I
What
don't
does
know.
it say? What does it say on like the bottom of the StreamYard stream, like mic cam and share
Where?
on the bottom of the
It
StreamYard
says
page?
StreamYard.com is sharing a window. How do you get it to like show the thing?
You have to pick the window.
I
There should be like a drop down box.
I could have sworn I picked the thing. Like, yeah, this is the right window.
Yeah, because
hello.
for mobile, it doesn't give me that option.
Yeah. Let's stop sharing it. So, all right, let's go to present.
It's present, yeah.
Share screen.
Yep.
Oh, is a screen share is the easiest with 2 monitors? Yep. Okay. Right. So Chrome tab, window, entire screen. I have it in a separate window, so and share. Welcome to the technical difficulties stream, everybody.
Hang on, I found it.
There you go.
Yes, finally.
I had to plop it up. All right, so I'm trying to like read it up close.
Oh.
There you go.
All right.
Full screen this.
So this is the worst metal albums tier list.
Oh
crap.
no.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
I will preface right off the bat, this is, albums that are generally appear on lists of like, worst metal albums of all time and stuff. And there's some pretty legendary albums on here.
Oh no, not this again. Oh no.
And we're gonna rank them from those that are actually good, in our opinion, to those that are completely unlistenable.
All right.
So here I'm going to do this so that they can see a little bit. All right, and these are sorted alphabetically. So starting off, we have Stomp 442 from Anthrax.
I would say not the worst. I would say it's not the worst.
Not the worst?
Not the worst.
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of good songs on it. It's just uneven and also
directionless.
Bad time for the band, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this came out, 1995 or something, somewhere around there?
Yeah.
And that was a horrible time to be a thrash band, so yeah. Honestly, I think the most offensive thing about this is the album cover.
Yeah, I don't get that album cover at all.
This was originally
garbage.
And it was originally a naked dude. Like, why? It was originally supposed to be for the Waltz Picasso, Bruce Dickinson solo album, but why? I don't know.
No.
Next up, we have Volume 8, The Threat is Real.
I would say pretty bad.
I think it's the worst of the two.
Their worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's only one song on there that I actually do like, and it's mostly for the lyrics, and it's not even listed as a song. It was a hidden track, the song Pieces. Just because like that is a heartfelt song that Frankie wrote after his brother was murdered.
Yeah. There's a couple of decent songs. Like, I think Crush is okay. Catharsis is all right, but like Toast to the Extras and like Piss and Vinegar is like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But I think this one is even worse. Octagon.
Really bad. I hate that album so much.
I'm gonna put in the terrible.
Can we settle? Can we go in the middle at really bad?
You want?
Yeah.
Because I don't mind some songs on there. There are a few songs I like. I don't love the whole thing. The only issue, honestly, that I have with the album is the production of the drums.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's terrible.
The drums are
It's
bad, but like
it.
musically, there are a few songs that kind of remind me of Vader.
Yeah,
Like
but
there's
like
some like death thrash on there, but yeah, the drums are terrible, and also
Oh god.
Corthon trying to do thrash vocals on an album that's supposed to be more intense than thrash just didn't quite fit.
it. I don't know. I think it's.
Um,
I'd put it in terrible personally, but we'll meet in the middle. Say really bad. I think it's fucking
I'll
terrible.
meet you in the middle and really bad. The production's what kills it. It feels
Yeah,
like Oscar the Grouch is playing drums. Don't get me wrong, lyrics are fine, but the fucking drums, man. If the drums were better, I wouldn't hate it as much as I do.
And also, if some of the songs could have been
yeah.
reworked.
Yeah.
All right, next up, there's a few albums from this band I feel like I could have included, but I think this one's generally considered the worst. Black
Yes.
Sabbath, Forbidden,
Terrible.
Yes.
terrible.
Yeah, it's
Terrible.
bad
Yeah.
production. Some of the. I mean, there's some cool riffs on there.
Yeah.
Like I can pick apart
I
certain riffs, but as far as overall songs,
It's not good.
yeah. I listened to the remastered version of the album when
it sounds better,
out,
but
but still,
It,
no.
well, it's
still
not,
the songs are the problem.
well, yeah, it's not the production that's the issue. It's the songwriting is garbage.
And you had the tier lineup too, and you would have thought they would have made something decent, but that wasn't the case.
What about that rap intro, dog? Come on, you got Ice-T on a Black Sabbath track, man.
I love you,
Oh,
Ice-T,
man.
but you did not need to be on a Black Sabbath song.
No, I
No.
mean, don't get me wrong. He's a huge Sabbath fan, and it could have
Yeah.
worked if it was like made better. But God, no.
If it was a separate song, not on an album, it would.
Yeah, if it was like an I Am the Man thing with like just like a one-off single,
Yeah.
that would have been fine.
for
But
like a
Like,
movie,
like,
that would have worked.
It could have been a body count song, and it would have been
Yeah.
fine.
yeah, no, terrible.
You could have had like Tommy play guitar on a song of yours.
Yeah, totally. All right, next
See,
up is
Cold Lake.
one of Jam and John's favorites.
Terrible, terrible.
I'd probably say
I'd say pretty bad.
I'll
like,
meet you guys in the
again-
middle and say really bad.
I mean, again, there are certain riffs on there that are actually good, but
But that's not
what the
Celtic
hell?
Frost.
Yeah, no.
That's not the Celtic Frost that helped the way for death metal, black metal, death doom. That's not Celtic Frost.
Yeah, no. This is like the sellout of all sellouts right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom G. Warrior, what the hell were you thinking?
I thought the vocals on Into the Pandemonium were bad, but oh my good lord.
I'll take Into the Pandemonium any day of the
Hands down.
week and now
hands
listen
down.
to Cold Lake.
I don't even I would rather listen to Into the Pandemonium than Cold Lake. I don't even like Into the Pandemonium. I think it's not great, honestly.
Whereas with
fine.
Into the Pandemonium, I think musically is great. Just the vocals are hit and miss.
Oh.
I mean,
No.
some songs where he's doing the trademark vocals, like Inner Sanctum, those are good.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got next?
What do we
Next
got?
up, Cryptopsy, Unspoken King.
I'm
Pretty
gonna say,
bad.
I'm gonna say not the worst.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's just yeah, they
Not
went
a Cryptopsy
deathcore.
album.
They just went deathcore, and from what I've never actually listened to it entirely. I've just heard parts
Yeah,
in
same.
spurts, and it's not bad, at least for a deathcore release, but it's not Cryptopsy.
Yeah, no, it's not good, but it's like not the worst thing either.
Right.
But Destruction's the least successful human cannonball.
Oh yeah.
That's a whole nother story. I'd say terrible.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
I've never listened to it, and I don't plan on listening to it.
Oh,
so-
it's bad. It is really, really bad. Even by like thrash bands going bad groove metal standards, it's terrible. It's so bad.
Right. What do we got next?
Ryan
Dissection,
Chaos.
Reign Chaos.
I'd say not the worst.
not the worst.
Yeah, not the worst.
It's
I mean,
just
yeah,
so
it's just
lackluster.
Not an album I would ever listen to because the first two are legendary, and this, well,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know some people really really love this album, but I don't like. It's like the most diet In Flames, Dark Tranquility knockoff like ever.
Yeah.
wasn't this released after the whole thing? What happened?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
And
2006.
Yeah, I always get that timeline confused. I'm like, yeah.
yeah, and John Nodvite's murder buddy wrote all the lyrics on this album, and they are so fucking bad.
Yeah.
Ugh, yeah, I mean, it's not the worst, but it's still not good. Honestly, I might bump it down to pretty bad. Honestly,
Yeah.
I would
All
rather
right,
listen
so
to Unspoken King than this.
yeah.
All right, for
All
this
right.
next,
Dream
Levi,
Theater Astonishment.
you're gonna have to guide
Okay.
me through this one.
All right. So my history with this
Mm.
album, when it first came out, I liked it, but since then, it's not aged the best for me. Again, it's mostly it's a concept all about like a dystopian, bright future kind of thing. But
Yeah,
it just kind of comes across as like Disney meets prog metal. There are great parts, great riffs, great drum moments, but they're so short. It just kind of kills it for me. I'm gonna say not the worst. There's some good moments on there, but as a whole concept, they kind of missed the mark.
right.
Wasn't that album really long as well, if I
It's
remember
two
correctly?
discs. It's two discs.
So like what, close to 2 hours?
Yeah, well, I'd say about 90 minutes, almost, or a little
Hour
over
and a
90
half.
minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I can actually. That's kind of neat.
All right, what do we got next? I think was that In Flames.
In
Siren
Flames.
Charms.
Unlistenable. Unlistenable.
That really?
I can't
That's like,
stand anything In Flames post the mid 2000s.
I don't know if it's like, but worse than like Forbidden.
Okay, never mind then.
I'd say.
I feel like there's quite a few In Flames albums you could have had on this list.
I mean, the one
Yeah.
that came out in 2016, that one was bad. Really bad.
That was terrible. I'd probably say
Let's go
really bad.
And I hate the fact that In Flames album came out on my birthday, and then the same day Trees of Eternity came out. That's what pisses me off the most.
Yeah. Again, there's a lot of In Flames I could have included, but that one is kind of generally regarded by most people as the worst from like just reading online reviews and stuff. So, but yeah, anything after Clayman is just
Yeah. Well,
right.
Root to Remain has its moments. Same with Come Clarity.
Well, next up, Virtual 11.
Actually good. Actually good.
I'd say not the
worst. Because there are some good songs on there. I mean, songwriting wise, it's not bad. It just, again, Blaze Bailey just did not fit. Like, was it Klansman?
Is a great song.
Great song.
Klansman.
Great song.
My big gripe with this album kind of is mostly to do with one song, The Angel and the Gambler. Oh my god, that is the worst Iron Maiden song. I will not be hearing any debate. That is the worst Iron Maiden song.
The music video is one of the worst made music videos.
Yeah, no, that song is just so fucking bad. The rest of the album, I find the music is also just pretty flat, though, in my opinion. Like, they didn't sound super inspired. I get it, lineup shifts and everything, but it's not a great album. All right, what's next?
Up, Judas Priest Demolition. Oh man.
Not the worst, honestly.
What? Not the worst.
I'm gonna say
terrible.
Pretty bad.
There
are a couple songs. There are a couple songs I do tolerate on there, but
Judas Priest.
It's one of the albums I only listened to once. Didn't like it. Will never ever get in the collection. But Yeah, it has its moments, but again, the fact that at this point in time they had Ripper Owens who could have really shut off his pipes. They had them like what? They were down tuning at this point. Was it
Yeah, they down tuned
Yeah.
him to like
D tuning?
C.
Oh
C.
shit!
But Judas Priest and new metal do not mix.
I don't even think it's new metal.
It
Aside
is.
from
No,
Metal Messiah, that's the
groove.
only song.
There's
That's the
fucking
only
rapped
song.
vocals on this album. You can't tell me this isn't
That's
fucking
what.
new
Hold
metal.
on. I was saying like that's the only song that I think is new metal at all because of the rapping on it.
The fact there's even one new metal song on a Judas Priest album is
But yeah,
enough.
that is bad. Yeah.
Just by principle alone, it's a terrible album in my opinion.
All right, I'll go down to really bad. How about that?
Well, I'll keep it pretty bad because even Ricky said
Yeah.
not the worst, so I'll compromise.
Yeah, let's leave it there.
Now,
This one,
Nostradamus, on the
I will
other
not
hand,
compromise.
I say,
Unlistenable.
No,
No.
This album is fucking garbage. It's
no,
terrible.
no.
It is.
No.
there are
so
some good songs on there.
It's
not
they
enough
have
to
great
save
moments.
this album. Fine, I'll compromise. What'd you guys say?
Compromise and really bad then.
Fine, really bad,
Yeah.
but I hate this album.
Well,
Even though
honestly,
I
wait,
like
hang on,
Nostradamus.
wait, hang on a second. We can't have it underneath Demolition.
That's
Because
true.
it's
I
better
think
than
Nostradamus
Demolition.
is worse, honestly. Nostradamus is the worst of the two, in my opinion. They're both shit. It's like comparing Rhino shit to Hippo shit, but I think Nostradamus is worse.
Okay, bump up Nostradamus to pretty bad and put Demolition at really bad. I think that's like the only way it could work.
Yeah.
You know what?
The only way it could work.
You got two people who are saying there are some redeemable qualities to
Okay.
Nostradamus, whereas with
Okay.
Demolition, there's not.
And
hardly.
I like Nostradamus. I'm one of the few people who actually enjoys the
Well,
record.
I don't like the whole album. I just like songs,
It's-
like certain songs.
But
say if they would have just taken those songs and made them into like a little EP and got the production better and whittled it down, I don't think people would hate it.
I can't stand that album.
But regardless, moving on. So what do we got?
Right.
Corn to Path of Totality.
Yep.
I'll be honest with you. I think people shit on that album too much. I think honestly, I think that album's better than some of the mid-era Corn. So I'll go.
I mean, if you look at it as like just a dubstep album rather than a Corn album, it's not the worst.
But the reason why I say it's probably better than some of the mid-era albums is because it wasn't the same old shit that they were doing before. They were actually willing to try something different. Now, did it pay off? Not really, but I give them credit where it's due.
I mean, I still don't like it just because I don't like dubstep, but
me neither.
It's I would rather listen to this than like Forbidden for sure. All right, what is next? Endorama.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, I'd say pretty bad. It's
again, it's like there are some moments on there that I don't mind.
But as a whole,
again, like I keep saying, and like I said in the ranking, it sounds like they were trying to make their own Tiamat album, and it didn't work.
Yeah, it's like if you ordered Tiamat from like Temu, basically.
Yes, pretty much.
And I think it's definitely the worst Creator album, even though there's a couple that are also about on the same level.
Outcast,
Renewal,
the other one.
Yeah,
Renewal. I like more than Outcast and Endorama, but it's not terrible.
All right, Supercharger by Machine Head.
Terrible.
Yeah, I'd agree. There's really I'd maybe say really bad just because there is one song on here that I think is honestly really good. The song Bulldozer is actually a pretty good song in my opinion. The rest of it is fucking abysmal.
Now, Catharsis, that's unlistenable.
Yeah.
The worst of the worst.
Yeah, no.
Hands down the worst album ever in metal history.
I don't know if it's the worst ever, but it's up there.
Oh, no. There's one more that's even worse.
I don't think there is, but we'll see. Massacre Promise. All
Unless
right, so hold on, wait, let me explain.
fine.
In a there are some cool riffs again. Like I can pick apart little riffs here and there because of a compilation I found on YouTube of somebody that showcased like the good moments of the album, which is mostly like individual riffs. But other than that,
The fucking
Arguably,
lyrics. The fucking
arguably,
lyrics.
arguably the worst like groove metal album ever made.
especially
Arguably.
when the lyrics are so terrible.
Well, yeah, they went from like the fucking cool like demons and shit to
Like H.P. Lovecraft lyrics to Cam Lee bitching about a breakup.
yeah, but you bitch, you broke my heart.
Yeah.
That's what they should have called this album.
All right, next up, Megadeth
Risk.
Risk. I'm gonna say not the worst.
That's a pretty bad.
There's again a couple of songs I actually do like on there. Prince of Darkness, that's probably the best song.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I can't remember. I think it was like Time One, the beginning. Like Mustaine's vocals weren't terrible on there, and part of the novelty I like Crush 'Em only because of Stockholm syndrome from watching wrestling. But that's it. But it's not the worst Megadeth album. Super Collider, on the other hand, really
that
bad.
one. Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
There's
really
only
bad.
one song on there that's any good, and that's Kingmaker. Other than that, the rest is hot garbage.
I mean, the cover of Cold Sweat is all right, but I don't think that counts since it's a cover.
True. Yeah. As far
There's
as
like-
original songs, the only good one on there was Kingmaker, which was the opening track.
Yeah, the rest of the album is
All
stanger.
right, Saint Anger. I'm gonna go really bad. I don't think it's bottom of the barrel because, in my opinion, it has aged well since it's come out. For the mere fact there have been far worse to have come out since. And there's again,
worse.
and again,
albums,
there are riffs, and there are riffs on there that are pretty damn badass. It's just ruined by bad production.
I don't know. I think the songwriting on this album is not good either. Like this is like their attempt at like a new metal album almost. Like it's got.
I don't really know if like I don't think it's really new metal. It just sounds like alt metal mixed with speed metal. It's weird, but I say really bad again.
Really
I
bad.
think the ones below really bad are worse than Saint Anger.
My other big gripe with this album is it is super fucking long too. It's like 70 minutes long. It has no reason to be as long as it is.
It didn't. Lulu, on the other hand, unlistenable.
Yeah.
The only thing I like about that album is I am the table. Just for the botchamania memes.
Yeah. I do like I would cut my legs and tits off as a lyric that's funny, but what the Metallica and Lulu or Metallica and Lou Reed, what the fuck what drugs were they on when they thought of this?
It was a Lou Reed idea. He wanted to work with Metallica, and Metallica thought, okay, we'll give it a shot. And I don't even think Metallica had much creative control over the album. It was largely Lou Reed.
Honestly, I don't know what's worse, Lulu or Metal Machine Music by Lou Reed.
All right, next up, the Aluminum Anus.
Yep.
I'm going to say terrible because there's one song, Blades of Ball.
That's okay.
I think Blades of Ball is a good song, but the rest is garbage.
But dude, the fucking lyrics on this album, oh my god.
Oh,
Radical, screw off.
The lyric Too Extreme can suck the fattest, dirtiest
Beauty
cock.
Meets Beast, Destructos.
I will say the one thing I do kind of like about this album, it's not even about the album itself. It's that no one calls it by its proper name anymore. Everyone just refers to it as Aluminum Anus, which I love.
And again, I don't understand what Trey was thinking when it came to that album.
No.
Because he's the one that wrote the majority of the music on there because he happened to be a techno fan. And he's like, well, it's 2011. How about I add some industrial techno elements into More of an Angel? And
I think
thinking, what's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is the fan base just basically is like, what have you done?
I almost wonder if Dave Vincent's cowboy hat partially possessed Trey a little bit.
I don't think so. I don't. Well, I feel like people shit on Dave too much on the album. It's like, yeah, he happened to look differently, but I don't think he had. I mean, he had a tiny bit of input in it, but it's mostly Trey.
Well, he did also play in like Genitortures for a while before this too, which they're kind of like a more industrial rock type projects.
Yeah, well, he was with his wife.
Yeah.
Genitortures and all that.
Next up, 2011 was a dark year, dedicated to chaos.
That's terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah, possibly the worst Queensryche album, but there's a few that are pretty damn bad.
Yeah, like that from the mid 2000s through the early 2010s, at least.
Yeah,
Jeff Tate.
I could
the fake
like Frequency Unknown is also fucking terrible, but that's not even a Queensryche album.
It's horrible.
That's a Jeff Tate album.
Yeah. Well, also the what's it called? The one about the soldiers? Is it just called
American Soldier?
American Soldier. That album was terrible too.
Yeah, and then Operation Mindcrime 2, major disappointment.
Had a couple. He had like one or two good songs on it. The rest of it pales in comparison, though.
All right, next up, Pantera Metal Magic.
I'd say not the worst, honestly.
I would say, I mean, the only things that ruin the album are the production and Terry Glaze.
Yeah, Terry Glaze.
Like musically, Dime's laying down great riffs and solos. Rex Brown's bass work is good, and Vinnie Paul's drums are solid.
Just given how young they were, like I kind of cut them a little bit slack because they were like 14 when they made this album. Like they were literally just kids, and like it's easily the worst Pantera album. But honestly, I feel like people shit on it a little too much because like cut them some slack. They were just kids who were big on Van Halen and Kiss,
and Judas Priest.
Yeah. So our second to last one here, Scorpions Eye to Eye.
I don't have an opinion.
I say really bad, honestly, for me. It's like one of those Scorpion albums that I'm like, that actually does exist.
To be honest, I actually never sat down and listened to Eye to Eye.
Me neither.
But I've heard pretty much universally negative opinions about it. Like, I feel like, again, looking at the online reviews and stuff, this is regarded as the worst Scorpions album, which is saying something because they've got some pretty big stinkers, in my opinion. Like, even the couple that were before this were pretty...
And finally,
Diarrhea
and Music.
Diablos en Música.
Pretty bad.
I'd say not the worst.
No, it's
there's
pretty
only
bad.
a couple of songs. There's only a couple of songs worth a damn. Other than that, Slayer going new metal was not a good thing.
I feel like, but the good songs on here are actually like really good. Like Bitter Peace is a great song. In the Name of God is a great song.
Has moments.
Screaming from the Sky is a great song. Honestly, I don't even think this is the worst Slayer album, in my opinion.
I think it is.
I think Repentless is way worse.
Nah.
I hate Repentless, dude.
I'd rather take a mediocre produced thrash album over Slayer going new metal.
Mediocre produced. It was terribly produced. Are you kidding me? It sounds like wet cardboard.
Which is weird because Terry Date produced it, and he's usually known for amazing stuff. What the hell happened? You know.
So yeah, none of them are good.
As far as ones that are missing,
I can think of a couple. Unseen by the Haunted would be one, probably.
Yeah, that would be one. Black Sabbath, Never Say Die, and Technical Ecstasy.
Oh, okay. Well, no, Technical Ecstasy H. Well, Never Say Die. Yeah, you can put that one there.
I couldn't.
7 Star.
Yeah.
No, that was a good album.
It
It's-
would have
These
been
are
better.
good.
It would have been better if it wasn't named Black Sabbath.
It still
I
wouldn't have
know.
been great if it wasn't named Black Sabbath. It's like the
Yeah.
worst pop rock album of the 80s.
See some other bad ones.
Fetushkas, Hop City. What a pile of garbage that is.
Which one?
Batushkas,
The
Hospity.
fake one.
Which fake Tushka? There's like 5 fake Tushkas.
Is it the one with Bart?
Bart? Yes, the one that with
Yeah.
Bart.
The one with Bart.
Graveyard Classic
Hospity.
Volume 2. I fucking hate
That's
that
a
album with a
covers
passion.
album, though.
But
Covers
still,
albums
I
don't
fucking
count.
hate it. I hate
No,
it.
wait. You should have thrown on Nightmares at the TV.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Anything Five Finger Death Punch has done post 2000s.
Is that even metal though? Is Five Finger Death Punch a metal band?
Groove metal, at least
To
early
me-
on.
To me, they're just a butt rock band. I don't think they're any more metal than like Breaking Benjamin or like Creed.
Well, okay, like the first 2 Five Finger Death Punch albums aren't the worst. They're decent for what they are. And they were more of a groove metal band, like heavily Pantera inspired. But then after the 2000s ended and then the 2010s came along and they got so bad.
With Five Finger,
So bad.
the cutoff for me is after the Righteous albums. After that, I cannot.
I would say the cutoff was after the second album. After that, like American Capitalist was not aged well, and then from 2013 on, they have just been a freight train of crap.
Everything Anathema has released after the 5th album.
I wouldn't.
Wait. Who?
Anathema.
Oh, Anathema.
I wouldn't put that on them on a list like this. It's not.
Okay, it's not the worst, but to me, when it comes to like Anathema, I was expecting them to be more gothic, like Paradise Lost and My Dying Bride did, instead of going Radiohead. I'm like, I like Radiohead, but it doesn't go with Anathema. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I could have. See, I did want to, because like there's a whole list of like thrash bands going groove metal that could easily have been thrown on this list, but then I feel like at that point it would just get overly full.
I would say about half of them. I would say half of them were decent or okay. Like the new E-File album, it's not bad, but it's not great. It's just
it's like it's the Black Album from Temu.
Oh, Entomb, same difference.
Oh god,
that would have gone an unlistenable. Deicide and Torment and Hell and
God.
Honestly, Till Death Do Us Part, I could have thrown on here too. I hate that album just as much.
Other ones that are missing.
Oh, actually, Aaron brought a good one. Hell's Unleashed by Unleashed.
Warrior by Unleashed could have been on here too.
There's like 3 Unleashed albums that could have been on here.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Hell's
Grave.
Unleashed.
What was it?
Hating Life.
Hating Life. That could have been on here.
Oh, that's a good one actually. Black Acid Devil from Danzig. Yeah, him going like industrial. I don't even know.
There are probably some others we're not thinking of.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of more.
Oh, I just thought of a good one. Shame on me for not including this one. Generation Swine.
Oh yes, that would have been an unlistenable.
Even by Motley Crue standards, it's fucking terrible.
Yes. Oh, I thought of a good one. The last, I think it's Sound and Fury by
Dust Bolt.
Dust Bolt. That was pretty damn terrible.
Hey, what's up, James?
Hey, James. Yeah, Dust Bolt's last album could have been on here. Austrian Death Machine's last album, I think Quad Brutal, that should have been on here. And those 2 albums came out the same day last year, and they were both hot garbage.
I've never listened to Austrian Death Machine, honestly.
Early Austrian Death Machine is pretty good. It's just fun, crossover thrash all about Arnold. It's pretty fun. Even though, say what you will about Timlin Breasts, Beasts.
I feel like Against by Sepultura could have been on here.
Same with Nation and Roarback and Alex.
Hell.
Okay, well, Alex probably not, but the other three more than likely.
Honestly, I don't think I would include Roarback has some decent songs on it at least.
Well, Nation and Against, yes. And Against, you had Choke on there, and that's really the only good song on Against.
Yeah.
But other than that, Against ain't good, and then Nation.
Because, again, we mentioned this one earlier, Battles by In Flames could have been on here. Like that and Siren Charms are pretty equal in terms of their awfulness, I think.
Apparently, my dad had an encounter with a bear next door. I didn't see it though, but actually, let me walk over to my window here and see if it's out here. I don't see it. Guess it went away.
Cocaine bear.
Cocaine
Oh,
Bear.
Lord, no.
Oh,
Right.
I just thought of a good one. Americant from Ministry.
Yes, that's
Yeah, that one was pretty bad.
I think easily the worst album in their catalog.
Yeah. Trying to think of some wild ones. Testament Demonic?
Yeah, but that would have gone in the not the worst, I feel like.
Yeah, because there are a couple songs that are decent. Oh, what about Ozzy Osmosis?
I wouldn't put Osmosis on this list.
I wouldn't put that on the list. Probably
What about
Black
Scream?
Rain.
Scream or
Scream?
Black Rain, one of those two.
Yeah.
Osmosis has some good songs on it. Like, I love Perry Mason.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
I Just Want You. That's another one.
Really thinking now. Oh yeah, and then of course anything a Mirror or Attila have ever done.
Yeah.
Those would all be an unlistenable.
Honestly, I'd say anything Asking Alexandria has done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I thought of a really good one, and this was a infamously bad album in 2013. Bullet for My Valentine, Temper Temper.
Oh,
That was horrid.
God.
And hey, Ricky, if you remember Cover Killer Nation back then, that album was so bad it killed Box Me. Made him have an aneurysm and he died. How dare you kill such a good friend of all of us? Bastards. You killed a box.
Cover Killer, where are you? We miss you.
Let's see. Other ones. Oh dear. I just thought of one that I remembered reviewing in 2016 and was so upset. Hallelujah by Drowning Pool. That was
Oh, no.
ugh, that album
No.
was so atrocious.
I mean, Drowning Pool is just an atrocious band overall, I'd say. But
Except
yeah.
their first album. I do have a soft spot for their first.
Yeah, the first album is like
because Dave Williams, because their frontman Dave Williams actually had a voice, and it's a shame that he was gone too soon. And who knows if he had stayed, they probably would have changed direction for the better. Because if you look at like Drowning Pool's old influences, very much metal and extreme metal. Like they were into Bathory and Opeth, for God's sake. So maybe they would have gone down a more straight up metal route instead of new metal. But
yeah,
we won't know since Dave died.
What about Third World Genocide by Nuclear Assault?
Yeah,
that album's pretty bad.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad. What was that one? Shit. Damn it. What was it? I had one in my brain. Oh, the new Anvil album.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. What about Napalm Death's Diatribes?
Yeah, that could have been
Yeah.
on here. That album is very questionable.
Dark Throne Goat Lord.
That's barely even an album though, honestly. It's literally just
I
a
know, it
collection of
was
demos.
But they did release it as an album, and really the things that were wrong with it was they didn't clean it up, and also Fenris doing vocals on it was horrible.
Yeah.
I hate that album so much. I hate that album with a
Or
passion.
what about Dark Throne's Cult is Alive?
Yeah. Oh, what about like the Satyricon? Was it the self-titled album?
I can't
I don't know. There's a couple Satyricon albums that are really bad.
remember.
Like, what was the one? I honestly forget the name of it.
Oh, welcome to my nightmare.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
the
Oh,
sequel
yeah.
from Alice
That
Cooper.
one was so bad.
I'm gonna consult my old friend Google because I'm blanking.
To Google.
Like, I guess Korn's Untitled could have been on here. I think that's the one that kind of is regarded as the worst by the fan base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything Limp Bizkit post 90s.
Anything. Oh, this is a good one. I can't believe I forgot this one. Angry Machines by Dio.
Is it that bad though?
It's just not that bad. I mean,
You think it's?
I know.
I think it's
don't
pretty
know.
not great, honestly.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he changed pretty much from mythical creatures to cyberspace. So
Yeah.
And there was a couple of
that's
Judas Priest albums that could have been on here, like Ram It
that's a
Down
good
and
one.
Point of Entry.
Yeah, we've already got 2 Judas Priest albums on here, but I don't know if they need more. Like they're my favorite band of all time. I don't want to throw them under the bus more than I have to.
Fair.
Oh, that's a good one, actually, Aaron. Distant Alliance by Jag Panzer. Yeah, that album is really bad. Van Halen 3? See, I think that's more of a rock album.
That's just a rock album.
yeah.
I mean, it's dog shit, but it's a rock album.
Damn it.
What about Revolutions Per Minute from Skid Row?
I'm not familiar with that one.
It's pretty bad.
The only Skid Row I'm familiar with is the Sebastian Bach stuff.
Well, yeah, that's the only stuff you need. Stuff. Everything after that is
forgettable or whatever.
Well, yeah, it's like they...
Oh, Godsmack When Legends Rise.
Honestly,
that's pretty bad.
Honestly, anything Godsmack could be on this list, in my opinion.
No. Their 2000, their late 90s through to 2000 stuff was pretty good. Even 1000 Horsepower in 2014, I thought was a pretty damn good album too. To me, they only have one real bad album, and it's When Legends Rise. That album's ugh.
What about the one that was after that one, their last album?
I heard that one was better. I didn't listen to it though.
Yeah.
Oh, Halloween's Chameleon and Pink Bubbles Go Ape.
Oh yeah, that could have been. Yeah, those are both pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a lot, honestly.
Yeah, I'm still thinking of more to add. Let's see.
Oh, what's that one My Dying Bride? 34-point-something% complete. That could have been on here, in my opinion.
Kind of, yeah.
That album is dog water, in my opinion.
Oh, I got one. Convulse Death Star.
Oh,
that's bad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that album is terrible.
Yeah.
Speaking of Finnish death metal, Nespith could easily be on here.
No, you are not starting this again, buddy. We're gonna leave it at that and move on. Uh, why am I blanking on? I feel like there's a big one we are missing.
Yeah, I feel like there is too, but my brain is running on 50% capacity at the moment.
Yeah, mine too. Because I'm tired all day.
Three.
Oh, Terrorizer Darker Days Ahead.
I honestly don't know if I've heard that album.
The production's horrible. It's not good.
Yeah, there's a bunch I could have included, but I think it would be best if we perhaps moved
On to
forward.
the next list.
Yeah.
Again, I don't have any new ones per se, other than like updated lists that I've done and stuff.
Well, we could go through the updated lists.
Well, I have one here that's so we did a black metal bands tier list a little while ago. This one's 150.
Oh God.
If you're up for it.
What other ones have you updated?
We'll see. I've done the metal vocalist, but I've only added like a few more. So, that's really. I've added a few more for the Thrash bands tier list, but we already went through like 100 of them. So
that's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
It's just now at an even 150. Because I have way too much free time.
I know, right? I feel like the problem I would have with the black metal one, I would just say, don't know, don't know, don't know, don't know, don't know, don't know. I know, I know, don't know, don't know, I know, I know, I know, I know, don't know, don't know, don't know, don't know.
Yeah, even I know some black metal, and I'm like, I don't know this, I don't know this, I've heard of this.
Yeah,
I might know who that is. Never heard of them before. Like, there's some black metal stuff that I haven't even gotten to fucking scratch though. I know Hannah, she would have probably known like 80% of that fucking list.
She would know probably 80% if she were here.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, same for me. Like even for me, there's a bunch on here that I'm not familiar with, but I feel like most of these I probably do know.
How about we try a different list first to see if there's one for it.
Let me.
How about trying to think of another genre, subgenre.
How about 2000s death metal? I wonder if there's a list like that.
Let me look. 2000s death metal. They can't just do this normally, so we have to fucking. There's a 2000s Christian metal. That's not what we're looking for. Next page. Melodic death metal, classic death metal debuts, musical acts from the 2000s. Why is there not the fuck? Why? What like non-metal like tier list ideas do you guys have? Because it might be good to break up the metal.
Yeah, I guess so.
We've done a bunch of food tier lists, like we've done fruits.
I think we've touched on everything. Food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about How about documentaries? Because I know there's some good documentaries
I
out
wouldn't know very many.
Me neither. What about like film directors, maybe?
I wouldn't know enough.
That's a tough one. How about movies from the 2000s?
Let's see.
How about 2000s comedies?
Yeah, 2000s comedies. Yeah.
Because I
2000s.
know a good amount of those for sure.
Okay, that one's 167. That might be a bit much.
Oh fuck.
Was this one? No, but those aren't comedies, and there's also only like 10 there. I hate how they can't just have them like. Whoever designed the search option for tier maker should be like publicly executed, because this is terrible.
How about 2000s horror films?
I wouldn't know enough.
Let's see. There's 2000s horror movies. What was this one?
Well, maybe we can try that one of the 2000s comedies with the 167. We'll just skim through it.
Yeah, here, let me look at it.
Because I feel like there will be a lot that I probably won't know, but a lot I will. So.
Oh, that's not the right one. Here. All right.
And you can just copy it.
Here, I'm going.
Window you're sharing.
Yep, I'm going to. There we go. Oh boy! All right, here. Let's open this in a separate tabloid.
Just waiting for the share to pop up, and then I could plop it up on the screen.
Yep, share the screen. Window.
You guys notice how I shave my hairline up here?
A bit.
Yeah, because I got the widow's peak that is weird. So, not that like widow's peaks are weird. It's just my widow's peak is weird.
All right.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go.
All right, so what do we got first?
17 again.
Never.
Is that the one with Zac Efron where he?
I knew it was Zac Efron, but I never watched it. So.
I've seen it. I mean, honestly, I'll give it a C, just for the hell of it.
51st
Dates. I remember that movie, and it was okay. Like a lot of the Adam Sandler movies post Little Nicky are very hit and miss, more misses than hits.
The problem with Adam Sandler,
I would say C for 51st Dates.
A Serious Man. I've seen like half of this movie.
Never seen it.
I've seen like half of it, and I honestly didn't enjoy it, so I'd probably say D. Yeah.
All right, what do we got next?
Accepted. I have no idea.
I remember that movie. Who? Because I can't really see. I think that was Ryan Reynolds. Or no, it's not. I see Jonah Hill.
Is that Jonah?
I know
Hill?
Yeah.
That's Jonah Hill.
Yeah, I remember seeing this movie once, and it was decent. It was decent.
It doesn't ring a bell, honestly.
It was Justin Long. Thank you, James. It was Justin Long. I would say C.
All right, what was this one?
Adventureland.
Adventureland?
I remember I've only watched that one once, and I thought it was fun. I'll go B.
Agent
this is a throwback. This is a throwback for me.
God.
I haven't watched this movie in years. Old Frankie Muniz, who's now a NASCAR driver now and is not doing terrible. He's still learning. I'd say B. I'd go B. I liked him and Hilary Duff together. They were fun.
You two are carrying this one because I'm not old like you two. I haven't seen these. All right, what's next? Aliens in the Attic?
Don't know.
No, don't know.
So just leave it out.
Well, I'm just going to create a separate tier because I feel like there's a bunch of these that we're not going to see.
Yeah. But don't know.
All right, yeah, don't know.
So we can put that in there.
American Pie 2.
That's a B. I'd say that's a B. Actually, no, wait. Let's bump it up to A. We need to get some A's up there.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Next up, Anchorman.
Oh God, that has to be A. Give it an A.
Yeah, I would go A. I still need to watch the whole thing. I've only seen like
Same.
clips of it, and they were pretty funny.
Wow,
So.
that escalated quickly. I mean, that really went really fast.
Yeah.
You smelly pirate hooker. You look like a blueberry. Why don't you go back to your home on Whore Island? Well, you have bad hair. Ah!
All right.
Wait. Are we done yet? And are we
D.
there yet?
This is Are We
Yeah,
Done
I'm
Yet?
not a huge fan.
Terrible.
Are we
It's
done yet?
garbage.
And Are We There Yet was okay. I'd go C for that.
I'd probably say D as well. We'll see. I'll compromise, I guess. Round the World in 80 Days. No idea.
Oh, the one with Jackie Chan. That's not even a
I know of
comedy.
it, but I know
That's
of it, but I've never watched it. So.
That's not even a comedy. How the fuck is that even the comedy section? But I mean, I'll give it a C. Probably one of my most memorable Jackie Chan movies that I've seen in a long time. I think I saw that during
Baby
high
Mama.
Baby Mama.
I've never watched it, but I heard it.
I've heard it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah. Bad Boys 2.
Boys 2. I've only seen bits and pieces of it, and it was meh. I'd say D.
D.
Bad Santa. I go at least B. At least B for that. Billy Bob Thornton's freaking wild in that movie.
I would love for him to. I would love for him to be Bad Santa again. He honestly. Can you
I thought
imagine?
they were going to make a bad. I think didn't they make a Bad Santa too?
I feel like they did.
I feel like they did.
Let me check.
I think they did a Bad Santa too. I think it was like 10 years ago.
Let me check.
All right, Barbershop.
I
actually don't mind Barbershop. I'd say B. I'd give it a B.
Is this a Kevin Smith or whatever? Or is this
No, I think it was Cedric the Entertainer. I think Bernie Mac was in there.
Bedtime Stories. I'd say C.
C. And yes, it did a Bad Santa too.
It's like not great, but there's some nostalgic love for it.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got next?
Big Fat Liar.
Fat Liar. That's another Frankie Muniz throwback.
God.
I don't think it's as good as Agent Cody Banks, so I'll go C.
Disney Channel.
I mean, Paul Giamatti was pretty damn good in there. Big Mama
2.
Nah, D.
I gave it a D.
Now is that the first one? The first one though, I go B. Yeah. I like the first Big Mama's House. Then again, I love Martin Lawrence. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Blades of Glory, B. I love that movie. It's stupid, but it's fun.
Yeah.
He and John Heater are so damn good, especially when they reunite after 4 years of being banned from the Winter Olympics when they see each other. I see you've gotten fat. I see you still look like a 16-year-old girl, but not hot. Shut it, Chaz, or I'll punch you in your crap lousy face. I'm already in your face. Let's do it tonight. It's daytime, you douche.
Yeah.
Oh, you smell like aftershave taco meat.
That has to be A tier. A tier.
Yeah, it has to go at least A.
Oh God!
So over the top. It's so over the top.
I know.
It's one of those movies where it's like you get the occasional moments where the actors are fucking with people, and get like genuine reaction.
And the fact that the stuff that they did, it would not have gone through in today's.
It would not fly today, which is sad. Bring It On.
No idea.
I've only seen bits of it. It's a weird, like, cheerleader.
I've heard it. I've heard about it.
Personally, I go D.
Bruce Almighty.
Saw this at a drive-in theater when it came out, and it's fine. I'll go C.
I gotta give it a C. Yeah.
There's some fun. There are some funny moments on there, but I didn't like the whole movie.
Bruno,
that's gonna be at least a B. That's like Borat, but even more insane.
Yeah.
I've never watched it, but I feel like it has to be at least in the B tier.
I might have to watch that tonight.
Oh boy.
Live action.
Oh God. That
D.
brings me
I don't
back.
like that movie.
Oh come on, that brings me back. You can
It's
at least bump it to
way
C.
too. It's way too weird.
At least bump
It's
it to
way
C.
too weird. It's been years since I've watched it, but jeez.
Daddy
Cheaper by the
Daycare.
dozen too.
I don't think I ever watched Cheaper by the Dozen too. I've seen the first Cheaper by the Dozen.
I've only seen the first one.
What do we got next?
The first one.
The first one.
I'd say C. It's a decent movie.
Yeah.
Click. Okay, so this is one of the
Mm.
few Adam Sandler movies post Little Nicky I actually do enjoy. I would actually go B. Actually, I like it. Like he and Christopher Walken, Kate Beckinsale, they all mesh pretty well. And also David Hasselhoff too. He was pretty good.
Oh god. Oh my god! You got boobs!
Alright, what do we got next?
Confessions of a Shopaholic.
Don't know.
No idea.
No.
And was this couples retreat?
Oh, is that the
I'm trying to remember who all was in that movie.
I think I know this movie. Oh
yeah, Vince Vaughn and
Vince Vaughn and
some.
I can't tell. I know I think I've seen it before, maybe in passing.
I know I've seen it. I'll give it a D.
would probably go D. Daddy Daycare. I'm going C. I think it's a solid movie.
Yeah. What's this? Date movie? Oh,
never watched it.
No, never watched it.
From what I've seen, it's pretty bad.
All right, what do we got next?
Death at a Funeral? Never heard of.
Never heard of it. Nope, never heard of it.
Definitely, maybe.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
No clue. Disaster movie.
Never seen it.
It's terrible. I've never seen it in its entirety, and I don't
know. Dodgeball. That's an A tier. That's an A tier movie for me. I mean, fucking just all the random stuff that happens there are so great. Like whenever their trainers throw in wrenches and says the infamous quote, "If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball," or "Jesus Christ, you're about as useful as a cock-flavored lollipop." Oh man.
Dude, where's my car?
Where's my car? Oh, that's a throwback. I'd say B, at least B. I loved that movie when I was a kid. Ashton Kutcher and Sean William Scott. That was an awesome duo.
Dumb and Dumber.
D. That movie's garbage.
Was that the prequel?
Yeah, that was the prequel.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, what do we got next?
Dumb and Dumber?
Employee of the Month?
Oh no. Oh, Employee of the Month. I gotta give it a B. I'll give it a B since you know I can kind of relate since I work at a grocery store. I can kind of relate to every situation in that movie, and it's one of those movies that I watch from time to time and never gets old.
Epic movie.
Epic movie.
It's the same as these two. It's garbage. Is this a comedy? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
I don't think that's a comedy. That's a drama. But I need to watch it. I hear it's outside of comedy rules. Probably.
Yeah.
Harry's best.
I mean, in terms of, I'll put. I don't know. I've heard about
just
it.
Put it. I would just put it in don't know because it's not a comedy and also.
Yeah.
You know,
Euro Trip.
That's in my opinion. In my opinion, S tier.
God,
I love Eurotrip, and rest in peace, Michelle Trachtenberg. She's gone, but that movie I watched so much when I was a teenager.
The Vatican scene.
Oh my god! I don't know. There's so many moments in that movie I absolutely love. I would say probably. I think my favorite parts of the movie was when they were hanging out with the soccer hooligans, or when they're in Amsterdam and Coop's going to that sex shop and he's being dominated by two dudes in a dominatrix. He going
or the nudist beach. That one was epic.
God. girl, girl. There are
Or the
so
club
many
scene
penis,
where the brothers are kissing. I'm like, oh
or the siblings are
no.
kissing
Yeah.
after drinking absinthe, or when they go to the bakery place thinking they were hash brownies, but they weren't.
Where,
That
you
was
know,
funny. Now put your clothes back on, my boy. All right.
Evan
Anyways, what do we
Almighty.
got next?
Evan
Don't care
Almighty.
for it. I don't care for it. I'd say
The
B.
it, yeah.
Evolution.
Never seen
Oh
it. Never
god.
seen it.
That brings me back to like when I used to watch it on the Mexican channel. Brings me back a lot of memories as a kid. I'll put it at C for the time being.
Failure to launch. Never seen it.
Never seen it.
Never seen it.
Fanboys. No clue.
Never seen it.
Forgetting Sarah
Alright.
Marshall.
Oh, that's a good one. That's Jason Segel, Mila Kunis, Christian
Mm.
Bell, Paul Rudd. I'd say B. I'd give it a B tier. That's a good one.
Freaky Friday with Jamie Lee Curtis.
And Lindsay
Mm.
Lohan and
That's
Mark
like
Harmon.
you got to give it an A.
Even though it's a remake, it's a damn good remake. I'd say A tier. I haven't watched that in years. Either.
Yeah.
Oh God, Freddy got fingered. D.
Tom
Instant
Green.
D.
All right, what do we got now?
Friday After Next.
I give it a B. I give it a B. It's
give
in
it
my
a B.
opinion the least good of the Friday movies, but it's still fun.
Was that
Yes.
the Christmas one?
Yes.
Right after the mix? Yeah, okay.
Yep. All right, what do we got now?
Fun with Dick and Jane. No clue.
No clue.
Get Smart.
Oh, I'd say at least C. It's a decent movie.
Ghost Town. No clue.
Never
No
watched
clue.
it. Same with Ghost World.
Gold Member. I have seen
Member,
this one.
A tier.
A
Yeah.
tier.
Holy crap! All three Austin Powers movies are amazing, but I
Yeah.
think the first one's still the best.
I think Gold Member's the weakest of the trilogy, but I do
it's
still
still
like it.
amazing.
It's still
still
good.
amazing, though.
It's still
Yeah.
good.
It's like part of me wishes they could have just kept making more Austin Powers movies because I guarantee if they kept going, they all would have been amazing still.
Yeah.
Good, honestly.
All right, what do we got now?
Good Luck, Chuck.
Oh, that's so sad. Oh no, wrong movie. Wrong movie. I was thinking of another one. I put it at C. I put it at C.
I think I remember seeing it, but I just don't know much about it. Or I don't remember much about it. Guess
Who?
I think that's Bernie Mac and Ashton Kutcher, I believe.
Yep.
I'd say C. It's decent.
Hairspray. Not seen it.
Never
I haven't
seen
seen
it.
it.
Hitch, I've actually never watched.
Me neither.
I've heard about it, but
I've heard it's decent though, but still.
Home Alone 4. I mean,
no.
I've not seen it, but
No.
D.
No.
Yep.
No.
Hot Fuzz.
I gotta
need to
give that.
watch Hot Fuzz.
I gotta give it an A tier. I gotta give it an
Yeah,
A.
isn't that the Cornetto trilogy of Edgar
Yeah.
Wright, Simon Pegg, and
Yes.
Nick Frost? I need to watch that movie because I like those three guys.
What's next? Hot Rod.
Never saw it, or I don't remember seeing it.
Heard about it.
If I did see it, I don't remember.
How High.
Same with How High.
Nope.
Was this one? How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Nope.
Never
Haven't
watched
seen it
it.
either.
I Love You, Man.
No.
I Love You, Man. That's a really good one. That's Paul Rudd, Jason Segel again. I go B tier. Basically,
Okay.
the proof of the bromance between the two was for real.
I now pronounce you
Alright.
Chuck and Larry.
D. That movie is hot garbage. I'd say that's one of Adam Sandler's worst.
Idiocracy.
Oh
Never seen
god, it's so stupid, but I fucking love it. I gotta give it an A for me personally.
I've never seen it.
Yeah. Imagine That. No clue.
Never seen it.
Jackass the movie.
S tier.
That's an S tier.
S tier.
S tier. That's all time favorite. Even though there is one scene I can't watch ever again because it's so painful. The paper cuts. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't watch
The
that scene
fingers.
ever again. Or the toes or Steve-O's
No.
mouth.
Oh.
What does that say?
Oh, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. That's a B tier. That's so fun. That's Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes.
Mhm.
Muse. Oh my god. This my favorite part was when Silent Bob finally speaks when he's trying to point out the sign on the back of the car. Just going, just say it, just tell me. The sign on the back of the car says Critters in Hollywood, you dumb fuck. Say it, don't spray it.
Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt. I have a soft spot for Joe Dirt.
I gotta give it a B.
B.
Oh.
I have a soft
Yeah,
spot
there we
for
go,
that
it's in B.
movie because, good soundtrack of good old classic rock. Probably one of the best movie soundtracks of the 2000s.
Yeah.
Like Leonard Skinner, 38 Special.
Yeah. Johnny English. Not seen it.
I need to watch it. I hear
It's been a while. I'll give it a C, honestly. Just
Juno.
Never watched it.
God. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. I'll give it a D. Hasn't aged that well.
Just
Just
Friends.
Friends.
So we're finally at some Ryan Reynolds territory. C. It's decent.
Yeah, it's just getting quite full. Holy. Just Married? No idea.
No idea.
I feel like I've seen it, but I don't remember. So.
Kangaroo Jack.
D.
D.
No, I'd say
No,
C. I like Kangaroo Jack.
I give it a C.
I was a kid when I first saw it, and I thought there was some good
Same.
stuff about it.
The movie is fucking clickbait. The kangaroo's in it for like 5 seconds. It's dumb. Knocked Up.
Knocked Up. That's an A tier. Now we're finally getting into the classic stuff with Seth Rogen and crew. Basically, the Rat Pack version 2.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we got.
Land of the Lost.
Oh. I'll give it a C. I remember going to the theater seeing that movie with my cousins. That was fine.
And then it looked like we got the 2 Legally Blonde movies next.
Yep.
Which I only remember seeing stuff from the first movie.
The first one's more iconic, to be honest. I've only seen the first one. So the first one, I'll give it an A
I would
tier.
say.
Give it an A.
All right.
Little Man.
Little Man.
The Wayans brothers.
Wayans brothers.
Probably go B. Even though there's one part in that movie that haunted me throughout my time in school, and I'm not gonna repeat it. So,
Little Miss Sunshine.
Never watched.
No.
Never watched.
And now we're at the aforementioned Little Nicky.
S tier.
I give that
S tier.
Yeah, I'd say S tier. That's
The
one of the best
soundtrack
Adam
is
Sandler
so
movies.
good. Everything about it is so good.
Yeah, it's just over the top, ridiculous fun.
I
mean, it's so quotable too.
Yeah. You see how
that's not me. That's that cockroach, Tony Montana.
No.
I've only seen one scene from Little Nicky. It's where he summons Ozzy to eat the bat dude.
Ozzy? Holy shit.
Ozzy?
And of course, the soundtrack is, again, one of the best soundtracks of the decade.
I need to get that soundtrack at some point.
All right, what we got now?
Lost in Translation. Not seen it.
Oh, that's one I need to watch. Bill Murray and a very young Scarlett Johansson when she was like 19.
Yeah.
I need to watch that movie. I hear it's actually one of the best movies of the 2000s. So, and one of Bill Murray's best.
Mamma Mia.
Never saw it. Me, myself, and Irene.
Oh, S tier. S tier. That's
I'll compromise. Say A. I don't know if it's best of the best in the decade, but it's definitely close.
It's
Oh my
still there.
god, that multiple personalities that Jim Carrey's going for. Holy cow.
Mean
What's
Girls.
wrong? Too much cheese on the taco?
That has to be an S tier. Mean Girls is iconic. You got to give it
I
credit.
go A.
Okay.
In
A,
comparison
I'll give
to
it A.
Little Nicky and the other ones in S tier, it doesn't quite measure up. But I do love Mean Girls. The
Again.
original, not the remake.
Again,
The
I've
remake,
never seen it.
no.
All right, what do we got next?
Meet the Fockers.
Oh, we got both the Meet the Parents movies. Meet the Fockers, I'm gonna say C. It was
Yeah.
decent, but Meet the Parents,
I'd say
C.
S tier.
Okay, we'll go A tier then.
I love this. I
Right in the
fucking
middle.
love this movie.
I do like Meet the Parents,
Dude, Robert De Niro.
even though
as
it's been a
Killer.
long time since I've seen it though.
I love this movie. It's like dumb, cutesy, but I like it. Is this Men in Black
2? I'm gonna say C. I'll go
yeah.
C tier. It's decent. Really, the thing that makes up for it is Lara Flynn Boyle looking sexy.
Miss Congeniality 2? No clue.
Never saw it.
Never,
The first one,
never
though, the
heard
first Miss Congeniality, I'd say B tier. I think it's pretty solid.
Monkey Bone?
Oh dear, with Brendan Fraser. It's one of the dumbest ones, but it's still enjoyable, so I'd say C.
C, there we go. Was it Mr. Deeds?
Mr. Deeds, so we're back to Adam Sandler. This is one of the better ones of the decade, but it's nowhere close to Little Nicky. I go C.
This is actually a remake of an older movie from the 40s. That's all I know. My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
I know of it, but I've never seen it.
Same.
I'll give it a C. Honestly, for me.
Right, it's in C.
All right, what do we got next?
Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre. S. You gotta give me this one. Come on.
All right. No. All right, it's an S. Happy.
All right, what's next? We got
Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh God.
B. I'd say B tier. There's some moments on there that are fun.
I'll give it a B.
Vote for Pedro. Next Friday. Oh, we're got back to the Friday series. I'd say A tier.
Yeah.
It's better than Friday After Next, but it's
A-tier.
still awesome. Now, the first Friday was late 90s, and if that were included, that'd be an A tier, S tier.
Night in the Museum.
Battle of the
Night at the
Smithsonian.
Museum. I like
That's
Battle
the
of the
second one?
Smithsonian. Yeah,
This is the second one.
I'd say B. I'd say B. I enjoyed it quite a bit. The first Night at the Museum goes in the A tier, if you ask me.
Yeah, that one was
I think I saw that in theaters on a school field trip when it came out, and I loved it.
I wish it could have continued that film series, but with the passing of Robin
But
Williams.
after Robin Williams passed, it'd be there was no way you were going to find somebody to do a better Teddy Roosevelt than
no. I mean, my God, he hit the point on Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
All right, not another teen movie.
Oh, this is young Chris Evans. Young Chris Evans before he blew up in Marvel. Well, honestly, there's only one thing I remember. Actually, two things I remember about this movie where they do the trope of just making the ugly girl look pretty by taking off the glasses and letting her hair down. But the best part of the movie was when Chris Evans' character is trying to seduce her. He goes, "Would you like a sundae?" Oh, it's not a sundae. It's banana split. Like his nipples and ass were covered in whipped cream, and he had a banana possessed. I'd say C.
Yeah.
Observe, report.
Personally, I think that Seth Rogen.
It looks like it. Yeah.
I think that's one of his worst, so I'd probably say D. Old School. A tier. We're back to the Rat Pack, the first Rat Pack with Will Ferrell, Luke Wilson, and Vince Vaughn. All right,
Oh.
next up.
What's next?
Walmart Mall Cop.
Albert Mall
D.
Cop.
It's
I don't
garbage.
like that movie. Pineapple Express, S tier. S tier for Pineapple Express. The best,
Iconic.
arguably next to Cheech and Chong and Half Baked for the best stoner comedy of all time.
Dazed and Confused. I know that's like 90s.
Dazed and Confused is up there too.
Yeah. Pirate Radio.
Never watched it.
Never heard.
Road Trip with Tom Green.
I don't care for Road Trip. Euro Trip completely blew it out of the water.
Yeah.
It's Tom Green. Everything he does is garbage. Role Models.
Role Models. I think if I remember right, that's Sean William Scott. I forget who else was in there, but I've seen it and it was fun. I'd probably go B.
I think I've seen only one scene of that film, if I remember correctly.
Rush Hour 2.
C. It's not as good as the original Rush Hour. I think the only thing I remember of Rush Hour 2 is the Chris Tucker quote, "Ooh, you know he did." Rush Hour 3, I never saw.
Me neither. RV.
I think I may have seen it once, but I don't.
That's the one with Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go
I'll
C.
give it a C. Yeah, I think C's fine.
Again, it's some like nostalgic love for it. Sahara.
Never watched it.
I know it's based off of a Clive Cussler novel, but yeah, I've never seen it. Saving Silverman.
Silverman?
Saving Silverman.
That was like early 2000s. I think that was like Jason Biggs. It was okay. I'd say C.
C it is. Scary Movie 2.
Now we're into all the scary movies.
Oh, God. I got to give that an A, honestly. Scary Movie 2.
There we go. It's in the A. Scary Movie 3.
3 and 4, I'll probably put them at C, honestly.
3 and 4 will go to C.
And then the first Scary Movie.
That one has to be either A or S.
I'd say A at least.
Okay. A it goes. School of Rock.
School of Rock. Yeah, that's such a fun, endearing movie.
Yeah.
So many band shout outs in that one scene when they visit him. Like there was a freaking Cannibal Corpse sticker shown.
There was a Godfall sticker shown in one scene. I love that movie. Shaun of the Dead.
I need to watch Shaun of the Dead again. The Cornetto guys, Simon and Nick.
In terms of like comedy horror films, that one's like one of my go-tos next to the original Scary Movie.
All right, let's see.
Sky High. Not seen it.
Sky High. I think that's Kurt Russell. I think it was a Disney film. I remember some of it. It was fun. I'd probably say C.
Yeah, brings back memories.
Snatch.
Never
heard.
No. Son of the Mask. D.
Yeah, that was so bad.
It's garbage.
That was so bad.
I never watched it, and even I know it's crap.
Starsky and
Hutch. I'd say C.
Yeah.
And then Step Brothers. Oh my God, I have such a close attachment with this movie. I'd say S tier. That movie is so quotable. Boats and hoes.
Super Troopers.
That's an S tier.
Yeah.
Man.
My dad loves that movie.
All right, S tier it is. Super Bad.
S tier. S tier.
That's one of the defining Rat Pack 2.0 films with Jonah Hill.
Looks like they're saving all the good movies for the end.
Yeah, with Jonah Hill, Michael Cera, Bill Hader, Seth Rogen. Holy crap.
Superhero movie?
Never watched.
No, not seen it.
Yeah.
Right,
Sweet Home Alabama? No clue.
I'll give it a D, honestly.
Yeah.
Talladega
Talladega
Nights.
Nights. Okay,
Yeah.
have watched this movie so many times. As far as a racing movie, it's stupid, but but it's fun for how stupid it is.
I give it an
Think
S. I think
about it.
it's
I
fucking
go S tier.
hilarious.
I go S tier
I
as
love
well.
it.
I know my friend Kyle will hate me for that, but I love Talladega.
It's a great
Think
fucking
about
movie.
it.
Come on.
And besides, and if people weren't NASCAR fans before that movie, some of them probably became fans as a result of that movie.
Yeah.
Back when
Uh,
NASCAR was good.
Thank You for Smoking. I've heard of it,
Never
not seen
watched
it.
it.
No.
40-Year-old Virgin. That's an S
S
tier.
tier.
That's
S
tier.
tier.
Again, Rat Pack 2.0, kind of the in between Rat Pack 1.0 and Rat Pack 2.0 because Steve Carell, but you also had Seth Rogen, Paul Rudd. So, yeah, S tier.
The Animal.
D.
C. There's moments in it I don't mind, but Rob
Yeah,
Schneider is
but
not aged well at all.
no.
Yeah, based off the principle of Rob Schneider, I'd give it a D.
Fair.
The Benchwarmers.
C. It's okay. Again, Rob Schneider, but that's one of his better movies, arguably.
Bucket List.
Is that really a comedy, though? I think of that more as a drama.
No, that's more of a yeah.
I mean, Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson.
I guess you could say
I
it's a
remember
dramedy. Like a dramedy, I guess you could call it.
Dramedy. I'd say it's good. I'd say B.
Right. I still have yet to see it, in all honesty. But
I
seen
know I've
good.
watched it, but I don't remember a whole lot about it.
Yeah. Oh
Cat in the
god.
Hat with Mike
With Mike
Myers.
Myers.
I'd say C. At least C.
This movie's a fucking fever dream, dog.
I know it's a fever dream, but there are some good quotes in it, though.
That movie is an acid trip at times.
It really is.
But again, there's some like nostalgic love for it, I guess. I used to watch it a lot as a kid.
Same
It's so fucking weird though. Devil Wears Prada, not seen it.
I've seen it. That's Anne Hathaway and Emily Blunt and
Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep. I'd say B. I thought it was fine.
B. Dukes of Hazzard live action.
Oh,
I'd say at least B. Johnny Knoxville, Sean William Scott, they were a pretty good duo.
The soundtrack, oh my god, that was a good soundtrack. Burning Winter's
What do we got now?
The Hangout.
The Hangover, S tier. S tier. That is, for the end of the decade, that was a gold mine of stuff.
Yeah, in terms of hangover films, that one is probably
easily
my
the best.
Yeah,
easily the best of the three.
Haunted Mansion.
Oh,
I'd go B. I would go B tier. That's a fun Disney film.
I remember watching that as a kid, putting it on the VHS. Remember kids when VHS were a thing?
Videotapes. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember it, but I know they were a thing.
All right, what we got next?
Hot Chick.
Oh, that Rob Schneider.
Same tier as The Animal.
I mean, Rob Schneider. He
is
sucks,
essentially one and the same.
Yeah. The Invention of Lying. I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Never heard of it.
I give it a C from what I've seen. It's pretty decent. I do like Ricky Gervais, and it's all right. Oh, Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. I would give it an A, honestly. I actually really, really like this movie. Yeah, you got Bill Murray, Owen Wilson, Willem Dafoe. It's pretty. Yeah, I like it. Again, I don't know what they call it.
I might like it. I might like it if I see it.
I wouldn't call it like strictly a comedy. It's like a drama adventure mostly. I feel like, but it's funny. I do like it.
All right, what we got next?
Longest Yard.
Okay, despite it being a remake, it's one of my favorite remakes of all time. I would say A tier. And plus the amount of people they had in there, and also the wrestlers like Steve Austin, Goldberg, Kevin Nash, Great Khali before he was Great Khali, and MMA and pro wrestler Bob Sapp, Nelly, and Terry Crews, Burt Reynolds, Chris Rock, Adam Sandler. I mean, you had all stars there.
Yeah.
And I like how it was a modern take on a classic.
Yeah. Master of Disguise, D.
I vaguely remember that, and it's
I am the master of disguise. I am the master
now
of
this next
disguise.
one. Now this next one, the pacifier. It's so strange seeing Vin Diesel do a comedy movie during the Fast and Furious prime, but it's
Yeah.
fun. It's a fun movie, and kind of. I would almost kind of consider it like a modern day version of Uncle Buck because it's kind of a similar style where it's
Mm.
a friend of the family who comes to watch the kids and they don't like him at first, but then they grow to like him towards the end and helps them. And especially the scene with he and Brittany Snow talking about like their dads and stuff. That's one of those examples of where it's like tender and human and lots of character development. So I'd go A tier personally for the pacifier.
All right.
I think it's a legit underrated movie.
The Proposal.
Vaguely know about it.
So don't know, or
I'd say don't.
The Terminal. I still need to watch this
Don't
movie.
know.
Don't know.
Yeah. The Tuxedo.
Don't know.
Don't know.
Another Jackie Chan thing was The Wedding Planner.
I know of it, but I don't remember watching it.
Tropic Thunder.
S tier.
I
Yeah.
love this movie so much.
Movie within a movie.
The movie.
Oh, dude, it's fucking
and also,
hilarious.
and it still boggles my mind. It was that and the first Iron Man that saved Robert Downey Jr.'s career. And the freaking cast, one of the best casts for a comedy of all time. Ben Stiller, Jack Black, RDJ, Jay Baruchel, Danny McBride, Matthew McConaughey, Tom Cruise, Bill Hader.
Yeah,
he essentially had Rat Pack and Beyond.
Yeah. What is next? Van Wilder. No idea.
Van Wilder, so that's Ryan
Wilder.
Reynolds. I'd say C.
I think C.
C.
It was one of Ryan Reynolds' first ones.
Walk Hard.
Dewey Cox story.
I gotta give it a
John
B.
C. I'd say B. That's pretty fun. Even though it's meant to be a total parody of Johnny Cash, it's still pretty fun.
Wedding Crashers.
That's an A tier.
Yeah.
That's an A tier.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun movie. Wet Hot American Summer? No clue.
Oh, I think that was like early 2000s. I think that was Paul Rudd. I'm fairly certain Paul Rudd was in there. I still need to watch it though.
What is this? What a Girl Wants?
No
idea.
I remember watching it.
No idea.
What Happens in Vegas? Ashton Kutcher and Cameron Diaz.
Don't know.
What Women Want?
Never saw.
I've seen clips of it. Need to watch the whole film.
Yeah. What was this?
What's the worst that could happen? Martin Lawrence and Danny DeVito. I remember that movie. It's okay. I'd say C.
White Chicks.
Well, the Wayans brothers. That's a B tier. That's at least a B tier. That's such a fun movie.
Yeah. Wild Hogs.
Now that's such a strange quartet. You know, John Travolta, Tim Allen, Martin Lawrence, and I forget who the fourth one was.
Yeah.
Can you zoom back in real quick?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to see.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Is that William H. Macy?
Could be. I've seen it once. It was okay. I'd say C.
All right. Yes Man, I've heard of, I think. Don't know.
We are a Danish death metal band that released our debut album 3 weeks ago. I was hoping you'd give it a listen whenever you get the time. So Gromt. I'll have to look you guys up then, because it sounds like it'd be right up my alley. Thank you for recommending it. Yep. Don't mess with the Zohan. That's a B tier. That's another one of the bottom Adam Sandler films.
B or
I do not care for that. D.
Yours, Mine, and Ours.
Yours, Mine, and Ours. It's kind of like their version of Cheaper by the Dozen. I'd
Yeah.
say B tier. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid being the no nonsense guy in a comedy movie was pretty cool. I think if I remember right, he also had like Drake Bell, Miranda Cosgrove, and quite a few others in there.
Zombieland.
Zombieland. I'd say A.
Zombieland, I would
That
say A
has
as
to
well.
It's a fun movie.
yeah.
I like it.
It is so fun. Woody Harrelson. Zoolander.
Zooland.
I'd say B. It's a fun little play on fashion shows stuff. Plus Mila Jovovich.
Yeah. Finally,
And then
Zoom.
finally, never saw.
Never saw.
I've seen, from what I've seen, it's pretty abysmal.
So let's go back up to the top and see what all we had in S tier again to recap.
Euro
So
Trip,
we had
Jackass,
Euro Trip, Jackass, Little Nicky, Nacho Libre, Pineapple Express, School of Rock,
Shaun of the Dead,
Shaun of the Dead, Step Brothers, Tropic Thunder, Super Troopers, Super Bad,
Talladega
Nights,
Nights.
4-Year-Old Virgin, and Hangover. So there are a few omissions. On here. Jackass number 2, and that would have been an S tier as well. Beer Fest. That would have been an S tier as well because that's one of my all-time favorites. Club Dread, even though it's like horror comedy, it should have been on there. Technically, it's a comedy, even though it's based on the book. The Jim Carrey Grinch movie.
Yeah,
Arguably should have been on there.
I mean, I guess there weren't any like Christmas movies on this list. So
other than Friday After Next.
Yeah.
Trying to remember other 2000s comedies that could have been on there.
Waiting. That's another one that.
Waiting. Yes, that was Ryan Reynolds, Justin Long, Dane Cook, Anna Faris. What was it? I don't remember if it was 2009 or 2010, but the Slammin' Salmon, which was the Broken Lizard guys who did Club Dread, Beer Fest, and Super Troopers, but with Michael Clark Duncan.
Wait, where's Beer Fest? That's another one that should have been.
I said Beer Fest. Yeah, that should have been on the list.
Yeah.
Still trying to think of some other ones. Oh, Aaron, Rush Hour 1, that was in late 90s. This is 2000s.
Yeah.
There was I can't remember the Without a Paddle with Matthew Lillard, Dax Shepard, and Seth Green. That should have been on there. That's a fun movie.
Harold and Kumar. Where the fuck are those movies?
Oh yeah. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle and Guantanamo Bay.
Guantanamo Bay.
Oh my God.
This is all on these two chuckleheads right here.
I'm trying to remember. I think
what was the movie with Steve Carell and Paul Rudd?
Dinner with Schmucks. I think that was in the 2010s.
Oh, okay.
I think it was 2010s. And I'm trying to remember if Hot Tub Time Machine was 2009 or 2010. I think that was
2010.
Yeah. Damn it. I think we had all the big ones though. But man, we actually got through that list quicker than I thought, honestly.
Yeah. Well, actually, come to think of it, like, because they included Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, one of the Wes Anderson movies. So I'm thinking, I feel like Royal Tenenbaums should have been on this list too. Darjeeling Limited could have been on here too, I think. Kind of seems weird to only include one like Wes Anderson movie and not include the others. It kind of seems like a random decision, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, guys. I gotta get going. Dinner's about to be ready, so catch you guys in it later.
All right,
See ya, Ricky.
Yeah.
All right, so I think I got time for one more tier list, and then I'll end the stream.
This is all
Let's
on
get back
you.
to the metal. Let's get back to the metal.
Get back to the metal. Your call, big dog.
I wonder if there's a 2000s metal album list.
I wonder if there's also like a 90s metal albums tier list. Like just broad 90s metal.
Yeah, like across the board of metal in the 90s, yeah.
Yeah. 810, fuck that.
Holy crap. That would have to take like 4 streams to get through like 200 each.
Yeah. What is this alt metal tier list? How are you kidding me? Why do people make tier lists but only have like 7 options? Why?
I don't know.
90s rock bands. We're looking for like metal.
Not checked out the new Cryptopsy yet. I need to though.
I did, and I think it's fucking. Oh, I think you'll love it. It's fucking killer. Honestly, it's their best album in a long time. I feel like.
Yeah, I've heard people say it was better than the last one, and I like the last one.
What's this 90s? Okay, this is like rock and metal mixed together.
For 90s albums?
Oh, metal albums of the 90s. Let's see this one. There's like 10 there, so no. Why is it so hard to find like
a decent list?
I swear to Christ, am I gonna have to make my own too?
Probably will have to make your own 90s metal albums.
We're not faring well for 90s, so I doubt we're gonna fare well for 2000s, but I guess it's worth looking.
Yeah, it's probably worth it.
2000s metal. Christian metal again, nah. 75 metal genres, metal band albums, metal vocalists, metal albums of the 2010s. There really isn't any for 2000s metal. There is one for 2010s that has 110 on it.
I guess we could give that a shot.
Yeah, I'll just quickly look through it just to see what there is. Yeah, I think we could maybe do this one.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Right here. I shall get this bad boy up and running. Let me just get my new incognito window, or not incognito window, just a regular window. All right. Here, let me go into present mode so I can actually look at the thing. I'm going to quickly, before I share it, I'm going to trim this list a little bit because I think there's a bit too many tiers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's better. So here, let me get it all fired up here. It's weird being in charge of someone else's live stream in a way because
I can't do it on my phone.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those times I wish I had a high functioning laptop.
Yeah, like a proper thing. All right, well, it's got the thing ready, so I guess you have to click on it or do the thing.
At the stage, there we are.
Perfect. All right, we're starting off with Nia Blue the Stars.
Urn. Starting off with Urn. What's funny, I've not listened to the first three Oblivious Scars albums in full yet. I've listened to spots from them, and from what I've heard, they are all outstanding prog death metal albums.
So again,
I would say for Earn, probably put it in great, and then Citadel would be top tier,
Masterpiece, and
then Portal of Eye would be in the same tier as
Earn.
Yeah, so great.
All right, now La Font Sauvage.
I'd say that goes in the Masterpiece.
I love that album. Yeah.
Yeah.
Magma.
I'll say good. It's a good album.
Yeah, I do like it. It's just not.
I like it quite a bit. It's just bit of a subtle shift, but still Gojira.
I think La Font Sauvage was the more subtle shift. This was a bit more drastic.
Yeah.
Between the Buried and Me. I don't know this album.
X2 Future Sequence. I still need to listen to it. I've listened to parts from the song Telos, and it's really good prog death metal meets metalcore. I would probably put it in great.
Fear Inoculum.
I'll go good. I think it's a good album.
It was not worth the wait, in my opinion.
Shit. I think it gets too much shit for no reason. I think musically there's some good stuff.
There's some really good stuff on there, but as a whole, I think it's one of their weaker albums, honestly.
Yeah, it'd be towards the bottom. I don't know if I would put it at the very bottom for Tool.
It's not up there with like.
It'd probably be 4th out of 5. It would probably be number 4 out of 5. I think I like it more than Undertow.
Repentless.
Undertow is great. Repentless,
bad.
Yeah.
The song was trash. Fucking garbage.
Fetus, Reign Supreme.
I'd say Masterpiece. My favorite Dying Fetus album, personally.
It would be. I still need to listen to the whole shebang.
It's so good.
I've only listened to a couple of songs because, again, like with all the stuff I have, it's hard to get to everything.
Yeah, I mean, dude, stuff like Subjected to a Beating.
I got a lot of catching up to.
In the Trenches.
Beating,
from Womb to Waste. It's I think it's a killer, brutal death metal album. Yeah.
All right, what do we got next?
Agalloch, I believe. Yeah.
Agalloch. I'm trying to remember what was the name of that album. Marrow of the Spirit, I think it was.
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't listened to it yet, but I need to.
From what I've heard, I'd say good. I don't think it's quite
good
up there.
Great. Yeah, it's not up there with like
the Mantle or even Pale Folklore, which is my personal favorite.
Behemoth the Satanist Masterpiece.
I'd say great, but I'll give it. Yeah.
I mean, it's in my opinion the best Behemoth album.
It's up there for sure. I think I might
Loved You at Your Darkest. I'd say decent. There are some good songs on there, but there's still some.
Well, it's weird. It's like their attempt at like a goth rock album in a way.
I'm trying to mix goth rock with Black and Death.
It's strange. It's a very uneven album.
Magua, Exercises in Futility.
I'd say Masterpiece. I love this album. I love like everything Magwa's done, but this is same with honestly, forget the name of this one. Age of Excuse.
Age of Excuse.
Age of Excuse, yeah.
I still need to listen to Age of Excuse.
I'll probably say maybe great for this one just because I don't want to fill up Masterpiece too much, but it's honestly it's honestly about on par with the other previous two, I think.
Deathspell Omega.
Paracletus. Paracletus. That's like great, honestly. I really like this album.
I can't remember which one. I think it was the one in 2019 I listened to, and it was bonkers.
Oh yeah,
bonkers.
I still need to dive more into Deathspell's like back catalog, but for
like I do have the 2007 album. I mean, especially for fans of Ulcerate, I mean it's the black metal equivalent to Ulcerate and Gorguts. So.
From everything I've heard from them, I've really, really liked those. So I'd say
despite Miko Aspa being an idiot. Thankfully, the
Yeah.
rest of the band are not.
I mean, it's black metal. There's going to be idiots no matter where you go in that whole genre. Let's be honest.
What's this? Insomnium?
Yeah.
Shadows of the Dying Sun. I'd say that goes, and I'm torn between Great and Masterpiece on that one. I will settle for Great for the time.
Yeah. This is Bring Me the Horizon.
Sempiternal. Well, from what I heard, it was their last enjoyable album, but like when they were metalcore before they went basically pop rock, all rock.
Yeah.
I don't have an opinion on it because I've never listened to Bring Me the Horizon out of choice. So
same with this one too.
What's that?
That's also Bring Me the Horizon. I don't know the name of it, but
that's probably That's the Spirit, which was when they
went
that direction.
None.
I've never listened to None. I need to.
From what I've heard from None, I think they're pretty good. It's like again, it's like solid,
like the depressive black metal.
Yeah, depressive black metal, but like actually with good songwriting. I don't know actually.
I think that's another None.
Yeah, I don't know which album I heard honestly, so I guess maybe I should put them both in the haven't listened to, but.
And I'm wondering why there are two Woods of Ypres on there, the same one, but 5 Gray Skies Electric Light. I'd say Masterpiece.
I still need to listen to
it. For the song Kiss My Ashes Goodbye alone, probably in my personal opinion, the best gothic metal song of the decade. Like, it's so good.
Gods of Violence.
I would go Masterpiece.
Okay.
And Phantom Antichrist would be up there too. Both of those albums are so on par with each other.
I'd split the difference and say Great, honestly, because.
Or we can switch them. Phantom Antichrist can go up to Masterpiece, Gods of Violence down to Great.
I like Gods of Violence more than Phantom Antichrist, honestly.
Okay, I like it more than Phantom Antichrist.
I think I had Phantom Antichrist, like, I don't think it. I
actually can't remember. I think I had Phantom Antichrist higher by one spot. I'm fairly certain.
I can't remember.
They're interchangeable. They're interchangeable, though.
I can't remember if Phantom Antichrist cracked my top 10 or not. I'm not sure if it did, honestly. I do like it. It's just not a particular favorite of mine from them.
All right, Rivers of Nile, Where Owls Know My Name. I have it, but I still need to listen to it.
Yeah, I've never heard it.
But from what I know, it's a phenomenal album. Slipknot, 0.5 The Great Chapter. I think it's a good album. I think it was good, despite, it being the first album without Paul after he passed.
Yeah.
So they were kind of going through some changes sound-wise. Now, We Are Not Your Kind, I think is legit a great album. Like that was when they started to kind of spread their wings a little bit more in terms of their sound. Like you got some thrash songs on there. There's even a couple of Melodeath songs on there. And in my opinion, the best Slipknot song ever wrote was on that album, A Liar's Funeral. It's almost like Snuff Part 2, but with much darker and like some heavy moments where Corey's snarl when he goes, it's like, holy crap, where did that voice come from?
It's been a while since
Unsainted, such a catchy, like thrashy single with a great chorus.
I'll say good.
I'll settle for good. Even though I think it's a great album.
I don't know. I really honestly don't get into much Slipknot after Iowa, but nah.
Even though I think all their albums are good. I don't think there's a bad one.
What's this?
All right, what's this?
That no clue.
Never heard of that.
No clue. Power Trip,
Nightmare Logic, Masterpiece. The crossover thrash album of the decade.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to dispute that.
Redeemer of Souls, decent.
That's good.
My problem with the album, the production sucks. Songs are fine, but the production, that's probably my least favorite production of any Priest album, personally.
Well, the production Demolition was pretty miserable, in my opinion. Firepower, masterpiece. Yep, dude. Insanely good album. Now, what the heck?
What do we got next? That
Emergence.
Can you zoom in more?
I am zoomed in as much as I can go.
Yeah, because I'm trying to see if I can read the logo.
Here, I might try reverse image search. Or, here. Let me try to find out.
Either way, I don't know.
Well, Shlamagonar?
Never.
No clue. Oh, Monolith of Inhumanity.
Monolith, okay, we got both it and Death Atlas. I wonder where Anthropocene Extinction is, though. But
Yeah.
I would say Monolith goes into Great and Death Atlas Masterpiece.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Now we're into Obscura. We got Diluvium. I think it's a great album. And then Acroasis. I think it's great, but it's the weakest of the decade for them.
And another.
But Omnivium, masterpiece. That's the best Obscura album in my mind.
I've not heard much in the way of Obscura, so shame on me.
Oh, you're missing out on amazing prog tech death.
Rituals?
Apart from the new album. Rituals, I think that's a great one too.
I'm not as big into this album.
I like the vibe of it where it's supposed to be all about ritualistic atmosphere.
I'll compromise and say good. I don't know. There's a falling off point for me with Rotting Christ. Like there's just kind of a point where I feel like they really taper off and just kind of lose a lot of what they had in a way. Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Now, Heretics, I think that's a better album because there's more hooks in it. I would say great for Heretics.
I remember Heretics being better, I think. Yeah,
it was better because there wasn't as much about the ritualistic style, and it was more about being straightforward, and also there's a lot of catchy riffs on there, hooks.
Ghost Bath.
Don't know.
Don't know. From what I've heard, they're pretty bad though.
What's this?
I feel like I've seen this album art before, but I don't know what it is. Again,
probably looks like something black metal.
Or look, maybe we'll try again. Reverse image search. Oh, if you could get this, thank you. Son of a bitch bastard. Never mind.
Rammstein's Untitled. I think it's good. There's some fun songs on there, but it's not
my favorite from them.
Mastodon Once More Around the Sun, I think is great.
Yeah,
even though it's my least favorite Mastodon album, it's still a great album.
Yeah, it's got some really killer songs on it.
Oh yeah.
It looks like it says Autistica, but I don't think that's what it says.
Never heard it either or. And then we get into Bell Witch. Don't know that first one.
I forget the name of it. If I could read it, but I can't because this piece of shit
we'll
won't
just put that and haven't listened to. But Mirror Reaper, on the other hand, masterpiece.
I'll say great for me.
And that's one of the few Funeral Doom albums I can actually get into.
See, I love Funeral Doom, but Bell Witch isn't like my favorite when it comes to that style. I think there's a lot of other bands that do it far better, honestly. Even for me, for like, we have an album that's just one giant song. I feel like there's other albums that have done that better. Like, I'd rather listen to like Dope Smoker or like Crimson or even like Meshuggah's Eye or stuff like that, honestly, over Mirror Reaper. But yeah.
All right, what we got next?
Unsilent
Nails,
Death.
Unsilent Death. I still need to listen to the first two. Nails.
Honestly, I'm not even like a giant grind fan, but I'll say great. I do actually really like this album.
I need to check that out and Abandon All Life. I have listened to the last two, which were phenomenal.
Like, this album is just fucking violent and aggressive. I really like it. Dream Theater.
I think that's a good one. I think it's a good one.
What's this? This Lildamar? Don't know.
Then we have Mayhem's Demon. I think that's a great one. Second best Mayhem album, I would say.
Yeah, well. Colossus from Sugar. That's a great,
Good.
honestly. I really like this one. Is this Panopticon?
Yep.
Autumn Eternal. I still need to dive more into
I need to
Panopticon.
listen to that. The last two Panopticon albums are really good.
Bellacore of Breath and Bone.
I need to get into Bellacore.
I've listened to Bellacore, not this album though, so. Oh, Summoning, on the other hand, I'll say great. Not my favorite from them, but like, I mean, Summoning are just a top tier band in terms of like atmospheric black metal. So, yeah, I'd say great.
I need to dive into Summoning.
Listen to Minas Morgul. Listen to that album. That album is so good, so good.
What do we got now?
Windhand Soma.
I know of the band, but I've never listened to it.
I have listened to this band, not this album though. So again, haven't listened to. But Windhand is a pretty killer band.
Let's see what we got next.
Sorry about that. Alcest, I think.
Haven't listened to that Alcest album.
Me neither.
I think next up is Borknagar True North. I'd say great. I want to say masterpiece, but I think there's one other album from the decade Borknagar did that was much better.
All right, next up, Minenwerfer, Alpenpass. I'd say masterpiece. I love this album. It, in terms of like, especially for like US black metal, I think this is like one of the best releases from that entire scene. It's so fucking good. Like World War One.
Yeah.
Red Before Black.
Cannibal Corpse, Red Before Black. It's good. It's a pretty good album. It's definitely near the bottom for me when it comes to Cannibal Corpse, but it's still really good.
I want to put it in great, but I'll compromise and say good.
I would put it in great then. I would do great then.
Honestly, I do really like this album. Like, dude, Shedding My Human Skin.
Code of the Slashers.
Firestorm Vengeance. There's some really killer songs on this. I love like the thrashy vibe on it. And what is this? In Mourning?
In Mourning, The Weight of Oceans. I think that's a great one. Despite only listening to like a song or two from it, it's basically like I keep saying, Opeth meets Insomnium.
Yeah.
Proggy Melodeath.
This looks like more black metal. Ethereal Shroud. I don't know it though.
Don't know.
Same
with the Heaven Shall Burn album.
I've heard a lot of Heaven Shall Burn, but not heard music from them.
Carcass Surgical Steel, masterpiece. One of the great comeback albums ever.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty killer album.
Motionless and White, bad.
Yeah,
bad.
no.
I've never listened to it, but I know it's bad.
Motionless and White is just garbage. It's like breaking. It's like more metalcore Breaking Benjamin, basically. Anthrax for All Kings.
Anthrax for All Kings, great. That's a great album.
In terms of like modern thrash releases from old bands, this is like up there with the best.
All right, next up.
The Valley.
By Whitechapel.
I
Not listened to it.
I would actually say good. I think this is honestly a pretty good album. Yeah.
Hardwired to Self-Destruct, good, at least.
Yeah, I mean,
there are some legit damn good stuff on there.
Yeah, I just wish they,
It's really only 3 songs. They should just cut 3 songs, and I think it would have been better.
Yeah.
Basically, the first half of disc 2 they could have cut. Keep all disc 1 and the final 3 songs of disc 2, and I think you would have had a great album right there.
Yeah. Glory Hammer, I still haven't heard much from.
Me neither.
Winter Sun, I'm not a Winter Sun fan.
Time, I think that's Time Part 1. I would say that's good.
Is this Trivium?
Oh, Trivium Sin in the Sentence. I'd say that's great. That was like their comeback album after 3 albums being uneven. So Monomarth Berserker. I would say decent. It's definitely their weakest album, but it's still got some stuff on it.
Yeah, I mean, Monomarth have kind of been on a bit of a downhill direction. I feel like.
Great Heathen Army. I thought was a step in the right direction.
I thought that album was kind of boring, to be honest.
Bloody Incantation, Hidden History of the Human Race.
We're gonna disagree on this one big time.
I would put it in great.
I'll compromise and say great then, because I would have put this in like the bad or decent, but
Seor. Seor. I need to listen to the early Seor.
Yeah.
Stuff. I've only listened to the last two, which are both amazing.
This is Mgwa with Hearts Towards None, which I'm pretty sure this came out in 2008 or no, this came out in 2010s. I'd say top tier. I love this album. Honestly, this is probably my favorite Mgwa album, and I love it. It's easily one of the best black metal albums of 2010. Sabaton, Great War.
Decent. It's okay. It's decent. I think there was one album they had in the decade that was much better.
Powerwolf. Not much of a Powerwolf fan.
I haven't checked out that Powerwolf album. The last Powerwolf album was actually pretty solid.
Beyond Creation.
I still need to listen to Beyond Creation.
I've listened to this album. I'd say decent. Again, I'm not like the world's biggest like tech death fan, but it's all right. Allegian.
Which one?
I think this is Fragments of Form and Function. I think this is their first one. I
haven't listened to that one. I think that was their first one. I need to listen to the early Allegian stuff. I got into Allegian with, I think, it's either their 2014 or 2016 album, and I've checked them out since then, but I haven't gone back to their early stuff.
Yeah. Archspire, bad. Fuck this band.
Death Heaven Sunbather. I need to listen to that and New Bermuda. I mean, the new album, I know I didn't give it the best review. I want to listen to it again because I think it might grow on me. But Sunbather, but more especially New Bermuda, were the ones I heard people say were legit really good.
I've heard some people say that like the new one was good, but I can't stand Death Heaven. I think they're like the most boring band that's ever existed. Obviously, exaggerating, hyperbole, but I just don't like Death Heaven at all.
Horrendous Idol.
Okay.
I would say great. Some
more death metal, yeah. I still have not listened to much Horrendous.
Oh, their early stuff, like their first couple of albums, more just like straight up old school death metal, very much like if Death and Dismember were combined.
Okay,
and then, of course, their last couple have been more prog death metal, and they've been really good.
Yeah.
Immortal Northern Chaos Gods, great.
Yeah.
That is such an awesome album.
I think it's not like up there with their best, but it's still really good.
Still an awesome album. Even though no Abath.
Yeah. Well, Testament,
Dark Roots of Earth.
That's a great.
I'm torn between Masterpiece and great because for me, in terms of the two albums in the decade Testament did, I think that was the best one of the two.
I think it's killer.
A little bit better than Brotherhood of the Snake.
It's killer.
Oh dear, bad. Don't even bother.
Terrible.
Vector Terminal Redux. Despite not being the biggest fan of vocals, it has to go into Masterpiece.
I've not heard it.
It's wild, technical, progressive thrash. It's like Foreigner, Voivod, it's all that. But yeah, the vocals are very shrill, but it kind of works.
Like kind of Watchtower-esque.
No, it's more like Chuck on Sound of Perseverance.
Okay, so okay, Periphery.
I'm trying to remember which I might have. Let me see. Like zoom in so I can see. Oh, that might be the first Periphery. The only Periphery I listened to was the Juggernaut Alpha and Omega albums, and they were good musically, but vocally were trash.
Yeah, I don't like Periphery at all, so I'd say bad. Havoc, Time is up.
I'd say great.
Yeah. It's a solid thrash album.
Black Sabbath 13, great.
That's a
perfect send off for them.
That's a good personally, I kind of, to me, it almost just feels like them
I don't get why people don't like it. Like, yeah, it sounds like they're harkening back to their old days, but that's really what all they needed to do.
I know, but to me, it doesn't sound like the most inspired album. Honestly, like it feels like they're just kind of like, okay, well, because we're Black Sabbath, we have to write a big send off album instead of being like super into it. Like, again, it just
I don't necessarily. I don't really agree with that. I think the other reason why a lot of people hate the album for some reason is because Bill Ward wasn't on it.
Well, yeah, because Sharon Osbourne.
But then again, considering, I mean, I guess we'll find out in a couple weeks when Sabbath do their final show and Bill's playing, we would know if he would have done good on the album if he got to participate.
Yeah,
but still, Brad Wilk did a really good job filling in. I don't know, there were some legit great songs on that album across all the recordings, like the full album there, and then the bonus tracks, and even the songs they had recorded for the NDP were really good. That whole session I really liked a lot. Didn't like everything, but yeah.
Yeah. At the gates.
At the gates, I'd say okay. Musically, I think it's great, but the production suffers a little bit. Like, I get they were trying to go for an old school sound, hence why they had Russ Russell.
Yeah.
But you would have rather have had it be a little more polished, like either keep Frederick Nordstrom or go to Jens Bogren. But musically, it's great, so I'll settle for good.
Yeah. All right, Crypt Sermon.
That's a
masterpiece. I love this album.
It's an awesome album.
I mean, yeah, it's basically the modern Solitude Aeternus, and it's fucking so damn good. Oh, I love it. Sodom
Decision Day.
I'd say great.
I'd say good. Okay.
I think it's a really solid album. Like, honestly, I think...
Bad. Yep.
We've discussed it. It's terrible. Unbreakable by Primal Fear.
Haven't listened to that one.
Trying to think. I'll probably say good. It's not like one of my favorites from them, but I think it's a pretty solid, kind of like power speed metal hybrid. I think it's pretty good. Blood In, Blood Out from Exodus.
Great.
Yeah, I think it's pretty damn solid.
And real quick, just for fun, watching Viva La Bam and look at Squar. Rest in peace, Dave Rocky, right there.
Yeah.
Megadeth Dystopia, I'll settle for good.
Yeah.
It is good, but I think it's the most overrated Megadeth album ever.
I think the vocals on this album are kinda don't gel with me very much. Yeah. Just because, again, Dave Mustaine, there's kind of a point where his vocals taper off, definitely. Infant Annihilator.
Haven't listened to it. I've heard people say when it comes to like their technical deathcore sound, it's good, but just not for me. Opeth Pale Communion.
Pale Communion, yeah.
Good. I think it's a good album.
Yeah, I think it's the worst Opeth album.
Heritage.
I think Pale Communion is worse.
Worse, but no.
Well,
there's more. Voice of Treason. I like Voice of Treason. Eternal Rains Will Come. I like because it's so relaxing to be. And then the I forget the name of the final song, but that was a beautiful ender.
Yeah.
Code Orange Forever. I still need to check out like old Code Orange. Like the only Code Orange I'm familiar with is the songs they did for WWE.
Yeah.
Which are good.
Well,
Opeth Sorceress, I'd say that's great. I think that's a great album.
Well, I think it's definitely better than Pale Communion for damn sure.
Like that was when they started to get the metal back in their sound a little bit.
I mean, it's still more of like a rock album than a metal album.
It's still more prog rock. It's still more prog rock, but it almost sounds like if progressive metal was recorded in 1972, kind of.
Yeah.
Because like Chrysalis, Strange Brew, the title track, there are metal riffs on that, but with that 70s tone. Job for a Cowboy Sun Eater, masterpiece.
Right?
That is legit a phenomenal progressive death album with some tech moments, but I'd say it's more prog death.
It's not even like
especially the closing song. There's some Gorguts and Opeth vibes on that one that I really, really like, and a beautiful melodic solo section.
Yeah, like honestly, it's a pretty damn good album, and I didn't get into Job for a Cowboy until their last album, honestly, because I always just kind of wrote them off as they're just kind of a mid 2000s deathcore band, which the only time
Even
they
though
really
it was only one EP,
the Doom
they
EP.
just went straight up death metal after that, which there you go.
Yeah, so shame on me, but it's a good album. Camelot, I still need to get into Camelot.
Same.
Even though they're like one of the big like U.S. power metal bands.
Devin Townsend Transcendence, masterpiece.
I've not heard it.
That is an awesome, epic album.
I still need to get the only Devin Townsend I'm really familiar with is Strapping Young Lad. I haven't.
I need the two major Devin Townsend solo albums. I still need to get are Ocean Machine and Ziltoid, especially Ziltoid. Enslaved E, that's another masterpiece.
It's Enslaved. I didn't even realize that.
I'm shocked that they didn't include Retir or Axioma or End Times like the rest of that.
To be fair, there's a bunch of albums I could have put on this list.
Sleep the Sciences, I still need to listen to that one.
Honestly, I'd say masterpiece. Yeah, it's a top tier like stoner metal album. It's fucking killer. It's almost as good as Holy Mountain, honestly.
Let's see, next we have
Plague? Don't know. Looks like black metal again, I'm going to assume. Slow?
Don't know.
And we have 3 Insomnium albums to close it off.
What's that first one?
One for Sorrow.
I would say, even though I haven't listened to it yet, but from what I know, I hear it's great.
Yeah.
Now the final two, we have Winter Skate, which I say masterpiece, because it's essentially the modern day Crimson.
Yeah.
And then Hard Like a Grave, I would say great.
Yeah.
So there you have it. So look at the masterpieces. So we have Neobliv Scars, Citadel, Gojira, L'Enfant Sauvage, Dying Fetus, Reign Supreme, Behemoth Satanist, Magua, Exercise in Futility, Woods of Ypres, Woods 5, Gray Skies, Electric Light, Creator, Gods of Violence, Crypt Sermon in the Ruins of Fading Light, Power Trip, Nightmare Logic, Judas Priest, Firepower, Cal Decapitation, Death Atlas, Magua
with Hearts Toward None.
Obscura Omnivium,
Minenwerfer, Alpenpass,
Carcass, Surgical Steel, Testament, Dark Roots of Earth, Vector, Terminal Redux, Shop for a Cowboy, Sun Eater, Devin Townsend Project with Transcendence, Enslaved E, Sleep the Sciences, and Insomnium's Winter's Gate.
All right.
So there you go. Well, we got a 2.5 hour stream out of this. I am actually impressed.
Yeah.
So thank you. So thank you, Ricky and Maniac, for stopping by on this stream. Again, I will remind everybody, I hope to get my computer stuff finished this week, and I can come back and do videos and proper streams again.
Yep. Where you can actually do this shit and not fry dinosaur of a laptop. You can fry yours.
Yeah. Well, anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, Horns High, Dreams Wet.
All that.